Bro, we ever gonna play Spellbreak again?
I just hit those today. Anyways, this is 7 Plus Podcast, episode 4. We got Edge, Roman. Welcome back, Edge, to the podcast. You know, you wasn't here last week, but
Yeah, I was slacking, bro.
you
Slacking.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes,
you're here
sir.
now. That's all that matters, bro. How was everyone's week? Any stories to tell? Anything?
Nothing crazy. I mean, most of my week because we've been fucking playing the shit out of Rogue all week. Just putting in hella hours on that, but now been chilling for the most part.
Yeah,
I keep hearing conversation about how they're potentially looking at another lockdown. I was looking at
Really?
like this election. Yeah, like apparently if Joe Biden gets in office, he's saying like if he gets in, the whole country is going on lockdown for at least 2 weeks. So like that's got me thinking like what I'm gonna do there, if I should start stocking up and preparing for that.
Wait, I just got a job. We can't do this.
Yeah, you about to be unemployed ASAP.
That job so quick.
From what he was saying though, it doesn't seem like a long-term thing. He said like a couple weeks, maybe a month, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think that'd be the worst thing, but it's gonna be annoying, just like the first one is. But like, really, like, people just be fucking acting like this shit doesn't exist, bro. Like, I swear, like, Halloween was recent, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's so many Halloween parties, and obviously, them niggas aren't wearing masks.
I got invited to like 2.
I was gonna go to one, but I don't know. I decided last minute not to. But like, bro, people just really act like this doesn't exist, or they're just like, yeah, let's just hang out with our friends. Which, like, obviously I get, right? Because like, I see certain people here and there, but like, it's just insane, like the amount of get-togethers that people just have, like, as if they don't give a shit, and like, people were freaking the fuck out when we were under lockdown, and that was like the good parts of the coronavirus, like spreading wise and like cases wise. Now we're at like the fucking worst parts it ever is, and people just really don't give a fuck.
Right. That's what I don't understand. Like when this shit first popped off, I remember like there was people that were taking it dead serious that are like, no, you need to stay inside, you need to wear a mask.
Right.
And then you have these young idiots who are like, man, fuck that, it's spring break, I'm going to Miami, like I'm not worried about this. It's like, what are you doing, bro? Like people are dying from this shit. People just take it as a joke, bro. That's why we're still in the place that we're at now, and it's just continuing to get worse. Yeah. So honestly, a lockdown wouldn't be the worst thing. It really wouldn't.
Right.
I don't know, bro. Like, I just got a job at Dave & Buster's, and like, I mean, like, I hope with this lockdown we ain't like, we don't gotta get people fired, because like the first one, like it was going for a while. Like, did we even go lockdown?
The first one was kind of crazy. I feel like they just did it. I don't even know. Like, I feel like that shit had no structure. They were just like, yeah, fuck it. And then there was like new rules being added in every couple weeks and shit.
Right.
Like they really just went with the fucking flow on like a countrywide lockdown.
I did hear talk about like the election that's about to happen. I did hear no matter who wins, there's gonna be riot. I heard if Trump wins, like the riots are going to be like to the next level. I heard like if you guys, I mean, I'm not condoning stealing, but if you guys have like, but like get y'all ski mask, get y'all stuff. Don't steal from business. Don't steal from home-owned businesses like Icebox, Macy's, Walmart. They take some money, but
bro, people when they riot and loot, people are stealing the wrong shit, bro. Like they're pulling up in Target and taking $200 TVs. Like, bro, I'm going to the BMW dealership. I'm getting me a new whip, bro.
I'm going to Icebox, bro. I'm getting me Rolex. I'm really, and I'm
really just drip the fuck out.
And then I'm not even keep. I might resell it to someone else. Like, come on, bro.
Corona gave you some opportunities you never would have had, bro.
I'll really start hustling, bro. Like, I don't know.
We are joking, of course. We do not steal. None of us have stolen.
Somehow, bro.
None of us are promoting stealing. This is entertainment purposes only.
Yes, sir. Disclaimer. We are not
shit will get shut the fuck down, bro.
Yeah, we ain't trying to get shut the fuck down already. Hey, I see the stream buffering to my left, bro. I thought Twitch got us.
We're really gonna lock our asses down, bro.
That's really got to the 12 got us. Anyways, yeah, but other than getting my job this week, Our week was I just played Rogue Company. I didn't do anything special. Like Edge,
I don't
you had
really
a good
do
week.
shit. I mean, I guess I like committed back to Valorant this week.
Oh yeah, Edge. We need to update, bro, because we haven't heard from you in a minute.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
bro, I've been gone.
What's been up with you, bro?
So yesterday, I stayed in this long ass, cold ass fucking Ohio line with my girlfriend to go vote. I did mail in, but she didn't want to sit there alone. I was like, I no, ain't no problem. It can't be that long. I pulled up. It was 3 hours and 20 minutes. I sat there freezing my
Oh,
ass off and standing
Jesus
up. That shit was so
Christ.
terrible. So that's what my day consisted of yesterday. Oh, the rest of the week, I don't even know. Like, I was trying to take some time off, bro, because I haven't been like the best mentally, but like, I don't know. I just kind
did
of
it
been
help?
chilling for the most part, and like we're focusing on like my workout shit, and like trying to just like grind and enjoy Valorant for what it is, and not fall in the same trap I did before.
You enjoying Valorant now? Because I know you
Yeah, I
said you
like it
weren't
now.
really before.
Yeah, before like it felt like it was like a job to play, like I didn't want to do it, but now I can easily just pull up, play ranked for like 5, 6 hours and feel good. So I guess
Right.
that's like really good that like the break helped me with. But I still gotta do some more, and like I had some scrims today that felt pretty good, and like I didn't like tilt or nothing. So I guess I'm on the come up. I just gotta put the work in now.
You play Scrim
See
with
what happens in the
anyone we
future.
know or not?
Priz, Lick, and like Arcade's old teammate Violent,
Oh,
and Shadow.
oh boy,
Yes, boy.
Prince Al shall come out from I don't know what the fuck his name is.
Akshay Kumar.
Shay
Huh?
Kumar. Yeah, that's his
His name's
name.
Akshay Kumar, bro.
Who, Shadows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. God bless him.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah.
Shadow's the
Me
homie,
and my
bro.
coworker was talking about that before we get into the main talk. Me and my coworker talking.
Oh, he got the coworkers now.
Yeah,
Jeez.
Let's go.
she was
Oh man.
I was talking to her, and then like she has a long ass name too, and I have a long ass. My name ain't long, but that shit's just difficult. We used to talk about how motherfuckers be stuttering that shit. Like when I
Wait,
was
what's
used to
her
be,
name? Can you say all of it?
what's her name?
Yeah.
I think it's Shadia or some shit or
That ain't long. Or you mean
Sadia.
like first,
No, no,
middle,
no, no.
last?
No, it's Sadia. It's Sadia, but her name's like
Sadia?
it's Asaydia. The motherfuckers be like
Oh, like Asadia?
Yeah,
Or is it
yeah.
just Sadia?
It's just Sadia.
Oh, why the fuck they got the AA?
I
Huh?
don't know. That shit.
That's like naming your kid Aaron, but
Like if
like the
you want
AA is silent, so it's just Ron.
if you want to have one A silent, like that's a little weird, but all right, that's fine. But you're gonna have two A's and they both silent?
Like,
That's crazy.
hey, bro, I don't know what parents be like. I don't know what the fuck parents be thinking when they be naming motherfuckers.
That shit really
I'm
makes no sense.
gonna name my kid Sean and put 7 A's at the beginning of his name. Just be like, nah, them bitches are silent. His name's Sean, bro.
That kid really gonna get bullied. That kid is going to get bullied. But
Bro,
now,
how do you instantly make your kid get bullied? Like
I
100%
gotta wait.
guaranteed bully.
You wasn't here. You wasn't here for last week, Bob. I'll just go away real quick. The way to get your kid insta 100% bullied is if you're a mother and you're doing OnlyFans and you're currently and like,
Your kid's gonna get bullied so fucking hard.
we
He's like,
talked about
"Fuck,"
this.
he's gonna start yelling at you.
Like, I swear to God, bro. And when that kid's 14, walking around, isn't this your mother sucking dick while she has pregnant with you? Oh shit! Like I wouldn't know what to say, bro. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
That'd be so fucking embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, that's 100% way to get your kid bullied. But like, shout out to all the OnlyFanners out there. It never bothered me.
Yeah, so go on with Assad or what was her name?
Yeah, her name was just
Assad.
her name was Sadia, and like
Sadia.
like my shit is my burrito capilla. My K silent. The motherfuckers be like I don't know why my K silent. That's just retarded too. But yeah, people just be
Wait,
stuttering.
it's just Burrito Pia?
It's Paya.
Oh, Paya, okay.
Yeah, that's just retarded. So yeah, we just talk about people with like long ass names and motherfuckers be stuttering. Now we gotta shorten my name, Rita.
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 Well, if I had a nickname for my actual name, what the fuck would it be?
Leo.
Actually, I guess that's not bad.
Little Leo.
Callie?
Lil Lil.
Lil Lil.
I hate rappers. Lil Lil.
Nah,
Oh my-
Cali's kind of fire.
I thought of Cali, but like
Ooh.
Cali's kind of fire.
Wait, the case on.
that shit not bad, bro.
Yeah, the K silent, but it don't gotta be in his nickname, bro. And it's not really silent. It just like rolls with the H. You feel me?
Cali?
True, Cali.
Yeah.
That's not bad, bro. I really might start using that.
Call me Cali.
Yeah, call me Cali, bro. Little
Oh,
Cali.
do you want to rep California? Like, there's only
I'm,
like,
you know, I'm actually going to California for
Really?
this New Year's. So I guess
What the
that's like
fuck you
a
got in
big
Cali?
update.
Bro,
Was
wait, what? You said you was gonna go with me.
Huh?
where
TwitchCon.
for
For
New
New
Year's?
Year's?
Oh no, when TwitchCon's available, bro.
Yeah, not.
Yo, I hate to break it to you. There's not gonna be a TwitchCon this year, bro.
Talk about next year. TwitchCon already passed this year.
So what's that have to do with New Year's this year?
Nah, he said I said we're gonna go to TwitchCon, and that's the first time both of us was gonna go to Cali. But he's probably going to Cali with his girl. You know why?
Yeah.
Mm.
It's for
He's
New Year's,
married.
and New Year's is our 1 year anniversary anyway. So we're gonna go to Cali. We decided that like a couple days ago, but now we're like figuring out all like the intricacies and shit like that, like the fucking hotel and the flights and all that shit.
What made you choose Cali?
She has friends over there that she hasn't seen for like a long time, and they invited her to like a New Year's party anyways, and she's been wanting to see them, so it's just kind of easy.
Got you.
Respectable. Wait, what part of Cali? Y'all going to like a good place? Or y'all gonna get lunch?
The fucking mainstream ass LA, bro.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I don't want to hear helicopter noises in here.
I'm going to Compton.
Shout out to my boy Ted. Shout out to Ted. I was like,
Oh my God.
bro, is that Paladin, bro? What's helicopter
Yeah, our Paladin
noises?
scripts are hearing choppers and shit. What's going on?
I was like, yo, Ted, is this helicopter noises? Yeah. I'm beautiful over here. Yeah.
Some light.
So what?
That's tough.
Oh my
That's
god.
tough.
Crazy.
That's tough.
That boy Tay really made it out, and I am happy for him, bro.
I'm happy for anyone who makes it out. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
I don't know.
esports helped him make it out too. That's the craziest part. People really be clowning on esports. That shit saved his life.
Bro, esports has made a lot of people a lot of fucking money if you think about it.
That shit paid
Yeah.
for my apartments. I don't know how the
Shit.
fuck I was supposed to pay
Funded
for
my
my
Dragon Ball Legends obsession. No cap.
Huh?
Yeah, you really didn't spend your powers.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. That's another episode. We can have a full ass episode on how I wasted all my money on Dragon Ball Legends.
Bro, like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ. Fucking Grubhub and Dragon Ball Legends, dude. I'm so retarded.
Oh
swear to
my
God.
god! Since we're going into Paladin's topic, talk about Grubhub. There's so many people in the PPL always. I remember Pan once was like, "Hey, you trying to see my Uber Eats receipt?" And he was like trying to flex it to me. I'm like, "Sure, bro." He showed me like his past month Uber Eats. I was like, "You spent that much?" I forgot how much. You spent that much money on Uber Eats? My man wasted his whole PPL contract on that, bro. Oh my
Insane.
god.
Nah, I'm not
Bro,
gonna
I
lie.
would really
I
be doing
spend a
the same
lot.
shit.
I spent a lot on food. I ain't gonna lie to you. But,
Yeah, I do too. Cause I usually order out usually twice a week. That shit's not cheap, bro.
No,
You buy
it's
a
not.
$10
Like, if you
meal
want
and
like
that
a
shit
nice
runs you
ass meal, bro, like
35.
at least 40.
I mean, now that I'm home,
Yeah.
I don't order out anymore. But like, I'm talking about when I was getting like PPL. Yeah, I used to. My Paladin
Really
was-
be new fast food every day, bro.
Yeah,
That's the fact.
let me go try something out today, bro.
Shit was insane. And you know what's the crazy part, bro? At that point, when I was like so deep in just wasting money on food, I feel like it became like an addiction because like you know how like
No,
how
it
much
is.
how much of like a health addict I am. So I'm like either super healthy or I'm just like eating like complete shit for no reason. And it's just like really weird, bro, because I would just wake up or I would just order shit and like not even eat it, bro. Like I swear to God, I'd buy like a whole ass pizza and like cheesy bread. I'd eat the cheesy bread and like throw the pizza away. Like I wouldn't even like eat half the food I bought. I was just buying shit just to buy it. Like it didn't even make any sense.
What the?
Like dead ass.
I mean, all right, bro. I can't. I don't know. I don't know what kind of disorder you got. I can't relate.
I got some mental shit, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's been times where I bought something that's brand new. I've never tried it before. And threw it away. because I just didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie, but just fuck it.
And
Let me
mine is
swipe this
different, bro.
card. Yeah,
No, okay. If I'm gonna be real, bro, like I have a window. You know, you guys have windows in your room, right? So I have a window in my room, and next to my window, I don't know if you heard the rumors, you know, the legends of the woods next to my room, Dethroner, but that's like a food graveyard for me, bro. So let's say I buy pizza and cheesy bread. I I'd eat the cheesy bread, and I swear to God, bro, I would literally slice by slice throw the pizza into the woods. Like,
Oh, what the
I
fuck
did.
is wrong with you?
I threw so much food into the woods, bro. It's actually insane.
For
I
what?
threw cook. I threw cookies in the wood. Fucking pizza. Fucking I don't even know, like apples and shit. Like
And,
sorry, like I don't know, bro.
like,
Because the woods don't complain. They're not picky. I know them animals in there be eating that shit not there now.
Bro, if you
I'm
want to
really
feed the
funding their
animals,
diet.
just like feed the animals. Like, why are you ordering pizza to throw the shit out the window?
bro, that's
You know they
we're
got
not-
like zoos where
That
like
wasn't my original
like the
intention,
animals
bro.
corn and shit.
we're not doing this. We're not doing. I'm not hearing this, bro. Like you just
No, I'm dead ass, bro. That's the worst part. Is like I am so serious. Like this is not some dumb shit for the podcast. Like I'd really throw pizza in the woods. Remember that pocket pussy I had too, bro? I threw that shit in the woods.
I remember you telling me this.
It's in the woods. Really, some bears just getting a nut in every day, bro. That's really.
Oh my god.
That's no cap.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
Let's get to the top.
Speaking of pocket pussies, let's talk about paladins. So the reason I wanted to talk about paladins is because obviously all three of us come from playing it competitively. We have a lot of knowledge on the game, and a lot of our Huh?
Yo, someone needs to get this man, bro.
Are you good?
Like someone
Yeah,
needs to
bro,
get
I'm
him.
good. No, I'm kidding, bro.
And
Alright,
obviously, a lot of our like
continue,
network,
bro.
like the people that we know, come from paladins. So I figured we could just do an
Right.
entire podcast talking about it, bro. Talking about our experiences,
The one
shit
and
like
only
that.
time. The one and only time.
One and only time, bro. Because I'm gonna be
One
honest
and
with you, I fucking hate the game, and I really can't stand this shit.
Where do you want to start?
What?
I can start a Palace Esports. I can talk about.
Bro, I think just started at the very beginning.
I'll start.
Like
my
how we
very-
got into it.
How did y'all get involved in paladins?
Alright, bro. So basically, y'all know, like, from podcast, don't know my group, but y'all know my group. It's me, Darrell, Barry, Scorp. Like, those are the homies. Those are the people I knew before this Paladins bullshit. We was one summer we was looking for a game, and we're real competitive. Like, once we get a game, we start talking shit to each other. We found Paladins. Actually, no, some girl with a gap. We called her Gappy. Her name was Catchy. We called her Gappy. She found us. We didn't say it to her face. We didn't say it to her face.
That sounds like a fucking Blueface lyric.
No, okay. The only reason we called her Gappy is because she started roast. She got too comfortable in our circle, and she knows that we like to roast a lot. So one day she started roasting us, and Mama taught us if you roast us, we're going to roast you back. And we like flamed her, made her cry. I don't want to talk about my past, my history when I was a thug. Let's talk about Paladins. So yeah, basically we found a game in the summer. I played it casually. And then we decided to play tournaments and stuff together. And then I met some people. I met some people. I tried out for a team. I made the team. I was fucking terrible. Like I was fucking terrible. But the team later said the team broke up, and they was like, "Hey, a guy named Amos was like, hey, bro, we need a manager. Like, we need someone to like book scrims, be a sub or a coach. You can do whatever you want, like on another team." I joined that team called Swarm Esports, and then stayed on that team for a while, and then big organization gaming esports teams started coming to Paladins. And I was already on the team. They wasn't gonna kick me, so I was a part of Envy. Then we
So
joined
you were playing before like orgs even came to Paladins?
Yeah. And then I'm the people don't even know this, bro. And like shout out to everyone with Envy. I'm the one that hit up and I was oh my god, I would go to sleep. I would go to sleep at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., like talking to org, trying to get a sign. We was about to get signed to an org called Splice. If you know, Splice isn't I don't think Splice is a thing anymore. But we were supposed to get signed.
It's Splice shut down.
We were supposed to get signed to an org called Splice. The guy that originally got me on the team, Amos, was trying to get on Splice with his new team. And he basically ratted all of us and said that we're terrible human beings, stuff like that. We're just gonna cause drama. Don't pick us up. So fuck Amos. But like I don't really hold back anymore. But fuck Amos. He didn't get us on that team. So we didn't get on Splice. Then we hit up Envy. I hit up Envy, and we was the last team to get signed. Yeah, we was the last team to get signed. And then there was like I remember during contract negotiations. This shit's all over, so I could just talk about it. During contract negotiations, there was like, yeah, we got we're giving out minimum because you guys are the last thing to get signed. We don't really care about Paladins to keep it real with you guys. We're giving out minimum 20K. Well, they didn't really tell us that, but that was like how we felt. Like they didn't really care. They gave us minimum, and then it was like, yeah, you're the 6th player, right? And I'm like, yeah, 6th, 7th, and they were like, yeah, you're not gonna get paid. I'm like, oh. What? I was with a great team, great teammates, love them to this day. They were like, hey, okay, even though we're getting minimum, Death got us this org. He's our sub. He's always gonna sub in if needed. And they just gave me, I think they gave me $80 out there. Or no, they gave me the first week. No, the first week, Toki that was on Team Envy asked me. He's like, yo, how much do you think you're worth? I got a lot of you. I was on my finesse shit at the time. I said, I'm gonna work like 120, I think. And Toki was my boy. Toki was like, here you go, bro. Give me 120. Everyone else gave me 100. And then like the more the time was going on,
the less you got paid, bro.
Yeah, the more the time going on, like the money just kind of increased. It increased because we picked up Meta Pusher. Meta Pusher is currently in Valorant. Shout out to him. We picked up Meta Pusher as a coach, like right before we got picked up in Envy. So there was like, yo, Death can't get all this money. We gotta split this shit in half. So they split it in half. I got like 70, 60 a month from every single person. So 60 times 5, $300. I got like $300 a month. And that's how I bought my monitor and like other shit. So yeah. That's all. That's how I like got into Paladins, bro.
Like even before the esports, like the way you actually learned about Paladins was from some random chick.
Yeah, I just learned about Paladins from some random chick. She was like, "Yo, play this game with us." I played it, liked it a lot, obviously, and then before like all the bugs, all the bullshit, and then like I just like played. I didn't even know what the fuck scrims were. I was just playing. We were just playing against each other. I just knew it was custom games, playing against each other, like organized and shit like that, and then like. Yeah, bigger. I got bigger and bigger. Like more people knew me because like I played the game for like 10 hours a day in casuals, and like I played in pickup games, and I was like cool. I would like talk to people because like I wouldn't call myself a generic gamer. Most gamers like they shut up and they don't talk to people. I would talk to anyone, and like I got really known and stuff like that. Basically, that's how I got big. It wasn't anything really like special. Like I really got I didn't have to go through the hardships. I didn't have to go through like the tier 3s, scrimming super hard to get into a pro team. No, I was literally just a manager for a team that scheduled scrims, and they were like, and people knew me for playing casuals and playing pickup games.
So you basically got onto the competitive scene, from networking, just being cool with other players.
Basically, and like people are gonna hate to hear that, but like. I didn't have to work hard. I didn't have to do anything. Well, I had to work hard networking, but like, I mean, I worked hard in my gameplay, like, but I never had to like scrim. I didn't have to deal with the stupid teammates. I didn't have to deal with like the ragers. I really just took my way to the top.
Well, that kind of goes into a question that I had about the Paladins PC Pro scene, and really it goes for esports in general. Do you feel like, and this question is for you too, Edge. Do you feel like the pro scene was gate kept? Like, do you feel like why do you think it is that there's players out there that are extremely talented that never go pro?
Me personally, I think I mean, yeah, I would say it's gate. I don't think it's gate kept completely. I don't think every team is gate kept. I think there's some teams that are gate kept, but I feel like there are some teams. There are some teams in Paladins, or even in every esports, where like if you're good, you're gonna get picked up. It's like if you're like no one, if you're really good at the game, no matter how good you think you are, if you're actually really good and you're legit, there's gonna be an opportunity. Now, if you take that window and you apply the window smartly, you'll get in. But like, I feel like everyone has a window if you're legit good at the same game to get in, unless the game randomly like just dies out of nowhere, which kind of did for Paladins. But like, I feel like me personally, I feel like everyone has a window. But like, there is some like teams that like let's talk Renegades real quick. Like, you wasn't getting, no matter how good you wasn't getting on Renegades because like they were friends. They were just friends. Like they were gonna kick anyone, no matter even though they like went like 0-35.
So they didn't care win or lose. They didn't give a fuck. They just wanted to play with their friends.
I mean, I don't think that was the reason. I mean, like they all said, no, that's not the reason. But like deep down, it was because you had opportunity to pick up good players. But you said, no, we're just gonna. But like then again, I will also say, this doesn't really happen in every esports. In Paladins, like I'm pretty sure some orgs like there was times where players try to get picked up and like the org would be like, no, we're not doing that deal right now. Like we're not gonna do that because like you don't have to like still pay this person this, pay this person that. It's just too much of a hassle. Like stick with your team for the rest of the season. And then like this switch would never happen.
No, there was a console team that was like that too, where although they said that they worked hard and they wanted to be the best and shit like that, at the end of the day, they just wanted to play together because they were friends. Like they weren't looking to make improvements on their roster. It was just like, all right, these are the guys that I fuck with, and like if we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. It doesn't matter. But these are my homies. And like that was you guys know Fiery, right? Fiery is an example of a guy who like he was super talented. He was really good at the game. He could have been on any LAN team if he put the time in for it. But and he was on the #1 team in PS4 NA. And then he's just like, nah, I don't want to be on this team. I want to go to the last place team because those are my friends. Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't have that mindset, but like there is, I guess, a lot of people that have that mindset, kind of like how Renegades was too.
Yeah, bro. The thing I hated most about esports is friendship teams. I think when you first get into a scene, obviously it's way easier to like just grab friends and be like, yeah, let's scrim, let's see how good we can get, and then branch off from there. But at like at supposedly the highest level of competition, you have friendship teams. I think that's just like bullshit, and you just I don't know, like you're just not built to like be at the top if you're gonna try and do that, or if you're like fixated on that shit.
Yeah. And I think like people think you can't be friends with your team. I mean, when you say friendship team, you can't be friends with your team. Oh, you can be like, if I pick up someone tomorrow and he's a cool guy, I can be friends with him. But at the end of the day, bro, like this is my job. If I'm fucking going out and losing every single time, you don't produce nothing. Like your job's on the spot. Like,
I'm talking friendship teams. Like, despite this person underperforming, despite everyone saying, oh, you should get rid of this person, despite you like knowing all these things in the back of your head, like you're still gonna keep them because they're your friend. If that's the case, then that's just bullshit, and you honestly shouldn't even be in esports because that's just a toxic ass mentality. Because you're gonna keep that person there, and you're gonna keep yourself in that situation, and at that point, you're just fucking yourself and them because they're sitting there, they're not improving because you're not giving them like the problems and what the issue is. So like you're both just stagnant doing nothing. Like, what's the point of that?
Yeah, I feel like friendship teams they never work out, bro. I'm gonna give you an example. Like, let's say I'm the captain of a team and I'm playing with 4 people that are my friends. Like I fuck with them on a personal level, and one of those guys just isn't performing, and we have to make a roster change, and I have to find somebody that's going to improve the roster. I got to get rid of this guy, but he's my homie. A lot of people are going to take that to heart if you're friends, and it's like, how do you separate the two? You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, this is a business. Like you got to do what is best for you to take that step forward and to give yourself more opportunities and make more money. So me as a captain, I got to do what I got to do. You're still my boy, but like I have to do this. But that guy, he may feel some type of way because he's like, bro, we're boys. Like, how are you gonna do this to me? Like shit like that is just an example of like the whole friendship teams. They don't work out. Like you can be friends with your teammates, but you got to recognize that your teammates first.
Yeah. You're like literally just like Roman said, they're your teammates before they're your friends.
Right.
Because a lot of the times you are friends with your teammates because that's how like really good teams like perform because they're all super serious about it, but they also enjoy playing with who they play with. So like it's a good environment, everyone's happy, blah blah blah. But like you at the end of the day, you still have to like secure your own future. Like what like if you think about it from like a non like emotional standpoint, you're quite literally sabotaging your own future for this person. Like that's what you're doing.
Right.
If you were to like not take up an opportunity or not get rid of this player for someone better, you're literally closing off an opportunity for this person. And do you really think that person's worth it? Like the answer is probably not,
Right.
because that means less money, that means less like popularity, like less a lot of things, to be honest, like less quality of life while playing. You're just like, yeah, I'll sit here and suffer with this person because I want to. Like, like, bro, what?
That makes sense to me, bro.
That just makes no sense.
Well, it's like those guys who are duos, right? Like the dudes that are like, I'm not going to a team unless I can bring so and so with me.
Yeah,
Like
like
that's
fucking
my boy.
package
We're
deals and shit.
yeah, and it's like, bro, you're limiting your opportunities, and like by you saying like you're a duo team and like you're not going anywhere without him, like you're basically saying like you're fine with mediocrity because if
Yeah,
one of you isn't performing at the level that you need to be, you're content with that because you're playing with your boy and that's all that matters. It's like, bro, you can't have that mindset in this shit unless you're just here to have fun. If the only reason you're competing is to have fun, then hey, do whatever the fuck you want. But like, if you're trying to take
yeah.
it seriously, that nah, bro, you can't do that shit.
Yeah, people that are actually serious and like have the mindset to make it to the top level of esports, like they're gonna understand this. Like even if they're your homies, like for example, Dethroner. Like let's say it was back on Hype Unit, he wasn't performing, and I had to kick him. Like I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna like I'm gonna tell him like this is what's happening. Blah blah. I was friends with him before. I know we're gonna be friends after because I know he understand. At the end of the day, yeah, he might be upset or might be like whatever in the moment, but like a week from now, we're still gonna be cool. It's not like he's gonna be like, "How could you do that to me, Edge? You're such
Right.
a piece of shit."
Let's get over
Like I
it.
know he's not like that because he actually takes it seriously, and he's like he understands both side of esports. Like there's a side where you're winning with all your friends and everything is cool and you guys are making a shit ton of money, and there's another side where you have to get rid of your friend because he's underperforming, or you yourself get kicked and your friends have to tell you because you're underperforming. Like that, like those kind of sides like happen all the time, and
Right.
people need to understand that like that's just like that's a part of it. Like that's the harshness of like being competitive, like, and no matter what you do. Look, it can be any team, any sport. Like no matter what you do, that's the harshness of it that you have to understand. If you don't understand that, and if you throw like a fit, if you're like, "Oh, I thought we were friends," blah blah, then you're just immature or you're just not built for that. Easy example is when but I joined that like Bollenberry team, bro. When like
Oh
the
my
second, like
god.
it seemed like Kumu was cool, and the second like he was about to get replaced for Tay, he just went crazy and like started complaining to Ball. He was crying to Ballin, doing all this shit, and I instantly lost respect for him. Like I thought he was a cool guy, but I instantly lost respect for him because he was just crying like and whining. He was like, "Oh, how could I be replaced by a guy who hasn't played for this long? Tay's not better than me. If he's not better than you, then why are you getting replaced? Like you obviously suck. Just realize that and get better." Like it's not that hard. Like I hate people that cry and complain when shit doesn't go their way. Like nothing's gonna go your way all the time. Like like what do you like? I don't know. That's just dumb as fuck. People that are fucking super soft.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I've been kicked before. I got kicked on my pro league team. I remember, bro. Like, I remember like it was yesterday. I was in the car. I was at Chick-fil-A walking to my car. I got Chick-fil-A. Um,
Oh, she got the Chick-fil-A too. He was
I
having
was
a
sitting
good
back.
day.
I was sitting back chilling, and then Edge was like, "Hey, bro. Like, how would you feel if you got kicked from your team?" And I was like,
Oh yeah, because I remember I knew like a week
"Yeah,
beforehand, and
yeah."
then I didn't tell you. Then I told you later.
Edge was like, "How would you feel if you got kicked from your team?" I was like, "I don't think I would feel like that bad. Like, I don't think I would like be mad. Like, So I understand it because of team mouse. He's like, well, you got kicked. I'm oh shit.
Yeah, oh shit.
I was pissed. I should kind of. I was in the car. I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
It was like, hey, like I understood from Ricada's point of view why he kicked me. Team House. I was not a calmer at the time. I wouldn't talk. You see me. You play with me in any game now. Like I'm talking a lot because like I learned from that. But at the time, I was like, they ain't kicking G Bunny either. like who else getting kicked? And I remember it was so because like I didn't live in the Team House, so it was so weird because we still had matches like to play, and they couldn't kick me at the spot. They had to kick me after the split was over. So I remember the next match. And it was like the last match of the season. Like I get there early. I remember everyone from Knights like Pan told me like in the car they were talking like, oh, just be nice to the Dethroner guys. Like don't say anything super mean to him. Like you got kicked. I remember like they all walked in. They all like looked at me like I was like. They looked at me like I was the enemy. Bro, I swear to God, I was just like sitting back, just on my phone, just chilling. I like look up when they came in. They were like. They just they
Give you that death stare.
And they just seemed like they didn't talk to me, bro. And then like when we were playing a match like that was all cool. Like we was all talking like I really want to win that match, not because I wanted to stay on the team or like oh maybe like they'll think about their situation. We just playing as Envy. That's my old team. I don't like losing the Envy.
Yeah.
I was like and like.
Weren't you guys close to winning?
Yeah, we was up 2-0 in the series,
Yeah.
and then yeah, we threw it again. Typical night shit. I think that's when like Pan tried to pipple like Eevee in midair.
Oh, I remember that shit. That was such a meme. Holy fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, we fucking lost, and then I got kicked.
That's a pretty good summary. Yeah, we fucking lost.
I got kicked that summer.
That sums up a lot of my games, bro.
Yeah, Pan got kicked with me. That's tough.
Tough.
I didn't know what, bro. Like, but like, was I mad at RK after? No, I had conflict with RK after. Like, I don't. Like, do I?
Wait,
so your immediate emotions? You weren't pissed at them?
Nah, I was confused. I was confused why I was the only at the time. I was the only one getting kicked. Like Payne was getting kicked. I didn't know who was getting kicked. I was just confused that I was like the only one getting kicked because I felt like.
There were more issues than just you.
Yeah, and I feel like in gameplay wise, and I still feel like that to this day. I was consistent. Like I didn't like my thing is I didn't have pop off games. I didn't have no pop off games in the PPL, but like I was consistent. Like I was just like, oh, but I understand like you want someone that can pop off, but like I feel like I was just consistent. So yeah.
You didn't try to change their mind?
No, hell no. Hell no, because I like
later
I celebrated.
I don't think you should try to change someone's mind if they're like dead set on kicking you.
I mean, some people like the thing with Pan was like they were dead set on kicking Pan. Pan tried to change their mind, but like with me,
yeah,
like,
that was just some snake shit.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Pan tried to change their mind, but with me, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't like. They kicked. Okay, I got kicked off a team. I know why I got kicked. I knew. I was in call with Teddy and Edge. He was like, okay, we'll just. I told them straight up, and like they was all cool. We was like, okay, we'll just make a team after like the next upcoming LAN. We'll all just make a team. If like they don't go to PPL and I don't go to PPL or another team, we'll all just make a team. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have teammates I want, like people I'm cool with going into it before this. I won't think it's a friendship team because like if we're all playing bad, we'll just kick like someone will get kicked. It's like chilling. I was upset.
That was like a rare case where we were all friends, we were all really skilled, but we also we all fully understood like that concept. Because honestly, that was a friends team, but the amount of times we argued was probably higher than like any other team I've been on, which is fine. Like I don't have an issue with that. Like arguments are like needed in some cases, like as long as they're like it's productive towards the end. But like we were all really good friends, but we all clashed a lot because we all had like really strong personalities and we were like passionate.
Yeah, I forgot that we actually argued a lot and had teams like
that. It was a lot. Like I feel like 20-30% was like me and Tay on draft, and then the other part of it was like I don't know. I never remember. I just remember me and Tay on draft a lot, and then that kind of died down towards the end. And then I don't even know what the other parts was. Maybe Tay and like Payne for like Pain, but just doing random like shit that was like limit testing or whatever. That was just kind of stupid. Like not buying Cauterize in like a fucking game. Do you remember that? Man didn't buy Cauterize. He said, "Yeah, my whole team has it. I don't need it." And Tay was just like, we fucking flipped out. just random dumb shit. That was like, all right, come on, bro. Like we're definitely better than that.
But yeah, a lot of shit in esports don't really. The only like I have like one thing in esports that like I have like a set of like moral codes, and this is even life, bro. If you break these moral codes, I can't respect you no more. Like if you're gonna give me criticism, I'm cool with criticism. I'm cool with it in any type of way, but don't give it to me in some aggressive tone like you're coming at me. Then I'm gonna have a problem with you. Then I'm gonna have a problem with you.
we learned that yesterday.
We learned that yesterday. Like other than that, like anything like I forgive and forget like really quick. Like unless you break like one of my moral codes. Like for example, Pan, like I don't think I've ever said this like on a live stream. Pan when Pan got kicked, I don't think I even told you this from when Pan got kicked, he like went back to like he was like when Pan was in the process of getting kicked, he was telling them, "Oh no, bro, is death is like the reason why we were losing, shit like that. Death is like the awful one. Like you kicked Death, like we'll be good. Like I promise you, Death wasn't making space. He wasn't calming enough, shit like that." And then like I remember, then Pain got kicked. And I remember when we was trying people out, and like this was really Tay. Tay was like, I remember Tay Edge was like, "Oh, who do we get for Blaster?" And then I was the first one. I was like, we get Pan, and Tay was like, "Are you sure? Like, didn't he just try to snake you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it was like 2 weeks ago." Like,
that was 2 weeks ago.
I really don't give a fuck. Like, if we're trying to become the best, like, we'll just get him. Like, I just had a man. I just talked to him because Pan.
Yeah, you definitely had to, like you talked to him beforehand.
Yeah, Pan's someone like. Pan's like no random person I met like a month ago. Like if I just met you a month ago, you do some like broken line shit. I've known Pan for like a year and a half at that point. Like I was like, I just need to have a convo with him before we do it. I had a convo with him. I told him what he did was fucked up, and yeah, he joined the team. No problem.
Yeah.
But if I know you for like a little time, but like I ain't accepting that shit, and you said that shit yesterday. Like even yesterday, bro. Even yesterday, Roman. Like to go. Like I won't go full details on the podcast. Basically, I got into a fight with someone yesterday about a game, big argument, and then even after I unbanned the person from my Discord, and I was way calmer. I was like I was in the wrong for telling him I'll slap him. I was the wrong for telling him I'll slap him in my head, so I calmed down. I was like, let me calm down. Let me understand the situation. Man came back, rah shit. I was like, alright. I'll shoot my high fade off.
He came back into the call. He said, "I will blow your high top fade off." Bro, for a good hour, I was just fucking dying. It was so funny.
I just barely get into it. I'm like, all right, bro. Like I thought we was gonna come back on some like calm shit. Like,
nah, he really came back with a vengeance.
But yeah, those are my rules for like esports, and I've been like that for like wherever. I've been on 3 teams in Paladins.
I don't know how many. I've definitely been on like 4 or 5.
4 if you count my original tryout team, but like I really don't count. I've been on 3 real teams. I was a manager, sub for 1. No, I've been on 4 teams. Let's count. Manager, sub for 1. On SK Gaming, I had Bitey. That was my first time I had to like I wasn't a team captain, but I felt like I had to lead the team because Bitey was going through things, and he was like barking. He was legit barking like a dog in scrims. So we had to like. I had to compete.
What is Bitey up to now? Do you know?
He just streams every day. And,
don't he be playing that? What the fuck is that game that he plays?
Fuck that
one with like the teleports. Hyperspace, yeah.
Yeah, he plays Hyperspace.
Oh, he always just plays like aiming games.
Yeah. After SK, I joined the Knights, got kicked from that team, and then I made Hype Gaming with Edge and Tag. That's about it. Like, my career
was it my turn to see how I got into it then?
Yeah, go for the talk, bro. My shit
how'd you get into Paladins, bro? Give me day one.
I came back. Alright, I didn't come back, but I came from Lawbreakers. When I was competing in Lawbreakers, that died, and that was like when I first like long story short between RK and I, because I don't know if a lot of people actually know about like the relationship or like the friendship between RK and I. But I always just kind of describe him as my esports mentor. But my ego was huge. I was like a 16 like year old kid who could like aim with a huge ego, just like all these Fortnite kids. Like, I just hadn't matured yet. And in Lawbreakers, like RK beat my ass. Like he beat my ass, bro, in every tournament. Any duel I fought in him, any whatever I got in, like any aiming, he was just better than me in every category. And it would piss me off so much that like this is the first time I sucked up my ego and I asked someone for help. So I like DM'd him on Discord and I asked him for help. I think like the first ever DM is like, "Can you please help me not suck?" or some dumb shit like that. So he helped me out, and he basically that was like the beginning of him starting to like help me out in esports and like trying to teach me like basically how this shit is and like how to get better and like help me through shit. Lawbreakers died, and he suggested me to go to Paladins, and Flame FX, I know Death knows. I don't know if Roman knows, but Flame was actually like a top
I
tier
know
Titan
Flame.
player, or like basically like a tank player in Lawbreakers, and I got on a team with Flame like instantly, and it was like a pretty. I thought it was gonna be good because I respected Flame from Lawbreakers because he was really good at that like Titan role. So then I instantly got on a team with him and I started playing. Shortly after that, I took a break and I quit the game for a little bit. Came back with like a whole new mentality, and I joined a team with Gooch Mob, which everyone told me not to do because they were blah blah blah.
Wait,
everyone said-
what?
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
on a team
yeah.
with
I
Gooch
teamed
Mob.
with Gooch Mob and
Gooch Mob
Protection.
and Ori. And Ori, you can't forget about Ori.
Yeah, yeah.
My man,
Everyone told
Gooch
me
Mob.
not to do it. They were like,
when
"Oh, he
was
sucks,"
this?
blah blah blah.
Was
I
this
I
after he switched off a console?
switched off of console? I don't think so.
Because
No.
he played on console at one point. Like he
Yeah.
actually went to the first DreamHack with a
No,
PS4 stream.
that was after. That was after. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
after.
this was
Okay.
after. Gooch Mob was definitely on PC. Like I had
Okay.
heard legends of him like running it down and feeding with Fernando Master Riding. Like
Yep,
people
that sounds
told me,
about right.
people warned me about all this shit, but I just wanted to get on a team. And I thought honestly, like it was a test of my mental because like I had a really bad mentality back then. If I could deal with like basically a scenario where I felt like I was the best on the team and I had to like micromanage people. So it was like a test of my leadership. So I joined their team, got and like way better, became a way better teammate as well, cared a lot more about it. A team I joined after that, I don't remember. I just remember trying out.
Time out. I'm not gonna let you jump over the gun. You said you became a
What?
better teammate at the end of that Gooch Mob team. Somebody was crying in that Discord call because you
Oh
was
my
flaming
god,
the shit out.
that was not
Oh
my fault. Bro.
shit! What?
Well, that was
Okay,
like
so
you
towards the end of it, I like after basically maturing, I got my team together, and this definitely was a friendship team between Goose Mob and Protection.
Yeah, I
Their
remember
friendship
that.
team was the strongest I've ever seen in my life. I basically got everyone's consent on the team, and I 100% did, to kick Gooch Mob. And
Okay.
I got him in a Discord call, and I told him, and then he was like, he didn't take it very well. Like he kept asking me why, blah blah blah, this and this. Like he basically pulled a Kumu. Oh, how can you do this for me? He literally, I remember at one point he literally told me, "Oh, Protection wouldn't kick me. There's no way. Like you're lying about this." And he tried to like I don't know. He tried to like counter kick me or some dumb weird shit like that, where like he messaged Protection and he was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna happen," blah 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 blah, and like Protection apparently like I don't know gave into the whole friendship bullshit, and he was like, "Yeah, we're not gonna kick you, bro." So like it was really weird because it was like back and forth. So I kicked him. He basically tried to get himself not kicked and change people's minds because he like couldn't handle it. And then by the end of it, I basically just I got annoyed with it. The call went on for way too long. It kind of got annoying. So I just went back to being toxic because he obviously was not understanding the whole like respective, this is how it is, this is how things are point of view. So I just started roasting his ass. I was like, yo, like I played with you. People have told me like you're actual dog shit. Like you are bad at the game. I've teamed with you. You have not gotten better since we played, and I've gotten way better. Like look at our growth. You've been playing this game for this long, and you have no serious achievements. Like you are garbage. Like and you need to take this seriously and get better from this. Like you need to learn from this because you are never going to go anywhere at your current like progression state. And I was
Wait,
being
you said
dead
this
ass.
to Gooch?
Yeah, and Gooch Mob.
Holy
And
shit!
and like while I was kicking him, RK asked me to stream it for him because RK wanted to know. So like this is how the meme came about of like everyone like I instantly joined the scene. Everyone thought I was toxic. Like I was known in Paladins as like a massive shit talking asshole, which I mean I don't know. It has some truth to it. Whatever. But so I secret streamed the thing to RK, and RK was in Splice at the time, And
So
all
RK gave it
all
to
of RK gave it to all of his buddies in PPL.
no, all his
So I
players
really
gave it to
checked the
someone
viewer
else.
list one time, and I had like 50 niggas in there just watching me roast Gooch Mob. And towards the end, he was getting emotional, and he was like starting to sniffle and shit. I was like, Brian, about that crying shit, like just take this shit like a man and like get the fuck out of my face. So then everyone thought I was a toxic asshole, and that got around. Everyone's like, "Oh, Ed is such a dick," blah blah blah. But you niggas didn't beat me though, so shut the fuck up. I was better than all of you. And then after that, I think I joined Onslaught. I got a tryout for Onslaught, which is some random other team, I think, and I just like destroyed everyone in tryouts. Like they tried me out, and I instantly made it after like the first Shaolin game. I went like 16-0 or some dumb shit. And then beyond that, I think I don't really know after that. Like I don't know the order of teams, but I somehow got to like higher tier 2. I got in like big egos. I showed up at LAN where there was like a huge spotlight on me because everyone thought I was like a shit talking asshole. They wanted to see if I was actually like good or not. I performed well on Big Egos LAN, and then after that, I went on Sanguine.
Wait,
No, I was with
wait.
I was with that Nation of Power shit, right? Then I got kicked.
How was your how did your land go?
I'll actually leave call so fast.
how
I
did your lane
did
go?
not want to do this right now. You need to shut the fuck up.
Wait, I don't know the story, bro.
Oh my. Okay. So I did well at the Big Egos land. I versed Dethroner. We were both friends. It was literally on my birthday. Like the match was on my birthday,
Yeah.
and he beat me.
Like bad?
I said
I think it was what was it 2-1 in the series?
2-1, but like the game 2, you could blame it on me. I was like on point spinning and emoting, and it came back.
Yeah, he was literally trolling, and it pissed me off. I swear, bro. Like I have never
I was
felt.
like spinning, emoting, standing up while playing. You're like,
Yeah, he was literally standing up, clapping at us through through the fucking windows, bro. And I swear to God, I've never felt an adrenaline rush of like I need to kill this man in game. So I literally like I was in and I saw Death doing that. I was like, I can't lose my land like this. So I instantly like altered in the air and like whirlwinded the backline, killed 3. We ended up like winning that match because Death and Pain were like trolling. Like Pain got fucking combustible off the map somehow, and then Death was trolling and he fucking like wasted. No, I think he wasted his Fernando all on like an obvious Drogos like alt bait, and they were just like they were trolling and throwing and they lost a match. The next match we lost 4-2 on Frog because I don't know, they had fucking like Victor tore VV and just like destroyed us. But yeah, Death likes to fucking clown me because every time I say anything to him, he's like, "Yeah, I beat you on your birthday." Some fucking drool shit.
I just say happy birthday. I was ridiculous.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, don't lie, bro. You know you went into that day hella confident because it was your birthday. You're like,
bro,
oh, it's my birthday. This is the one.
Okay, I don't know if that was the reason, but they was shit talking me before the match, bro. They was in my ear. I was just smiling, bro, the whole time. I was just smiling. They were like, "Yo," like, and they didn't even do that research. Like, I hanging out with them the whole LAN event. I would walk into their hotel room. "Oh, y'all doing research about us?" "Nah, we're watching an anime." I'm like,
dude, I literally had me, Neo, Team Mac, and Will on the team. Our egos were out of this fucking world.
And I was like, like you guys have to do some research. Like they didn't even have to. They only had to watch one series.
Well, okay.
Then they
To
would
be
have
honest-
found out I could only play Fernando at that LAN. Fernando and Anara. And like,
To be honest, my ego skyrocketed after I beat Krenzik's team. Kresnik,
Yeah.
fuck.
yeah.
Kresnik's team. Because we had always lost them online. What was their name? Like B or Ba, whatever the fuck.
And then
We
everyone
always
was
lost
saying
them
they were gonna
online.
qualify, right?
Yeah, they try and shit talk me. They try and say like, "Oh, I just shit talk like I'm not as good as I actually am." Blah blah blah. And we'd always lose to them due to like internal issues. Like online, it was always like that. So we went into LAN. Like I had a fucking vengeance, bro. Like I wanted to destroy this team. And I fucking dismantled them with Androxus, and it was so fun. After that, my ego was actually like out of this world insane. Because my first ever LAN match, I beat a pro team, and then I smacked the fuck out of the team that was supposedly #1. And then I had like good close games with like SK. So I mean, my ego was massive after that. And then I joined like Sanguine or whatever, Nation of Power. I actually got kicked too. That was the first time I ever got kicked. Which, well, I guess we could talk about that because you were talking about like feelings after being kicked.
Tay kicked you, right?
Yeah, Tay kicked me.
Oh
Well,
shit.
Yeah, Tay kicked me because oh yeah. Also, this goes back to what I said. Is like the only time I think a package deal is fine is if it's for like a meta shift, and this is what happened. I got kicked because of a meta shift like package deal thing. So I was kicked for 2 players, Poison and Stigma, because there was a giant meta shift where previously having 2 hit scans was fine, but Blaster became way better.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Shadow, but Shadow got poached to Renegades for our downfall team. And Poison was gonna join the team, but Poison said, "Oh, I'll only join if Stigma's like joins too," because like they were on some dumbass friendship shit. And Poison thought Stigma, or no, Poison, yeah, Poison thought Stigma was better than me, which obviously was not true. Even then, it was not true. But a lot of people like to entertain the argument of Stigma being better than me, even though I always thought he was just like a massive like moron. Like the way he played, he could aim and he was just like an idiot.
But that's the thing is, you said that that's the only time that's all right. But I would even argue that's not all right then. Like I get it, you want Poison on the team, but
Right.
if you're better than the other player that's the duo, then it's not necessarily worth.
At the time, his teammates felt like Stigma was better too. Like Tay thought Stigma was like.
Okay, well, yeah, that's one thing then.
I don't know if they thought Stigma was better, but they thought Stigma was like
it was closer. It was closer than it had
very
ever been.
very close to Edge. So they were like, all right, like Edge might be like an inch better, but Stigma's like not that far from it. So like it's not that big of a deal.
Right. Okay, I get it.
They kicked me, and then I joined the second place team. They kicked me. I joined the second place team Sanguine with Steve and Steve and like Jalen, and then I don't want to say I full on carried, but like I pretty much did a lot for that team, and we ended up taking first place, and we'd beat their ass, like the team that kicked me. We ended up beating them and taking first place, and like it was another thing where it was like a huge catalyst for me and like growth, like that's the amount I got better after I was kicked was insane. I became like more of I was a literal team captain. I like drafted. I did like call outs and shot calls and shit like that. I did a lot more, and I became like a lot better as a player after being kicked. And I just like kind of destroyed them. And then they went to LAN and kind of embarrassed themselves. And then we went to LAN and kind of did barely okay.
That's when
that was an embarrassment. Like if you asked me, like the Sanguine performance at MSI was my worst LAN performance, like personally, and it was like kind of embarrassment for me. So my first one was really good. So the middle one was trash. The third one was like I think my best. Like I think Hype Unit was like the best I've ever been in like esports in general. It's like how I feel about it.
Yeah, if you feel like Hype Unit was your peak as well, like that was your best.
No, my peak was after they all quit, and I played like 4 months ago. That was my peak. I was when I say I was a god 4 months ago, but no, I played the best I ever did at LAN. That was my peak at the time. Yeah. Like I only kept on going up.
Yeah.
My peak was definitely that was the best LAN I ever played. I literally went into that set saying, "Yo, like we're not losing the Renegades, bro." And like I felt like I was on some god shit. Like what was I on Ice Mines? I think I was 15, 3, and 12 on Anara. Flanking their backline, getting kills, and Pan, I love you. I mean, we're not going back to Paladin ever again, but my man Pan was fucking terrible. He was fucking terrible at LAN. Oh my god, bro, you fucking threw. He threw so bad, and like we fucking lost against Renegades. Oh my god. Yeah,
Edge, what did you play at that LAN? Like, what was meta for DPS at that time?
Strix, Cassie, Leon.
Canessa.
What else?
You played Canessa.
Canessa. Yeah, I played Genos, Canessa on Ice Mines. Fucking clap Trensic, dog shit Atlas. You know the vibes.
Dog shit.
So I guess just like all the sitbacks, like all the sitback opportunistic characters. Like sometimes you could TP in with Canessa or like Invis in with Strix, but you're just kind of sitting there being a bot playing Kovacs. But that was like the LAN where I felt like I was like the strongest, not only like mechanically but like mentally. Like I really wasn't missing shots, bro. Like that was at the point where I Kovacs for so long. I was so confident. I was so consistent. Like if you came at me, like I was just gonna laser your ass. The only time you're gonna kill me is if it's like 2 or 3 people, or if it's like a team play. Like I was just destroying everyone, and my ego was actually so insane. But it was like one of those anime egos where like I just don't say anything. Like I'm just gonna farm you. Because I remember like my whole team. and like was all watching matches. And if you were in there, you'd see me in the practice room. Like I was literally just shooting bots, playing Kovacs for like an hour and a half before matches with like headphones in, listening to like Dragon Ball Z music. like, I was actually just like a fucking robot in that land. That shit was insane. That shit felt so good though.
When was that LAN?
That was around November, like
October.
last year.
That was last October, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, last October.
So
Yeah,
it's basically been about a year since you guys have stopped playing.
Jesus.
It's been a year.
Damn.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That time flew, bro.
Fast year. Very fast.
Yeah, that time flew.
Very
Yeah, it
sad.
really did.
Sad fast year. Sad fast year, bro.
All right, so let's get into that conversation. What's the exact reason why you guys stopped playing?
Mine was pretty easy. They took the money away from the game. You took money away from esports. I don't have a reason to play. Like I didn't do it for the money. I didn't like initially do it for the money. It was like the money was a bonus. Like it was nice. I got to pay for my apartment and shit like that. But like they took the money away from it. Like most people had goals of being pro. I already hit that, so I didn't give a fuck. Like I could have played another year in amateur scene. I really didn't give a fuck as long as I qualified for lands. But like, they just took the pro league away. What was the point of me continuing?
Yeah,
but,
so
that's cap. But that's also cap because I did come back like for a while.
So you both can agree that you didn't play the game because you enjoyed the game. You played it because there was money to be made.
It started off as me just enjoying it. Like I think if you want to go pro at something, you have to enjoy it like for what it is. But after that, like obviously there's a point where like you don't want to scrim, but you know you have to because you have like an obligation to do it. And the second that happens, then yeah.
I never
Like obviously like I never really enjoyed I enjoyed the game, but like towards the end of it, I definitely enjoyed it like less and less. The better I got at the game, the less and like the least of like the less and less it was enjoyable to me. Like the base mechanics of it and like the whole like how the game ran, like shit just wasn't fresh anymore. Like I used to shit and I just saw like all of the bad things about the game were being exploited at a competitive level, so it just wasn't fun as much. Like there was a point of time where like 6 months where Zin was broken, like his like attacks would clip on walls and like shit wasn't fixed. There's dumbass bugs with like Koga where like you dash and like it doesn't do anything. There's bugs on so much shit that the game just like was not that enjoyable.
Right.
Like towards the end of it, for like the only thing that kept me going was that I became so good, and it was just the drive for me, the competitiveness in me, just to want to be the best and like beat other people. But like, if you had asked me like at that point, no, like I thought the game was kind of ass. Like fucking Connell, this dude just clicks in my general direction, yanks me, and I die instantly. Like that's just like it's just so fucking dumb. Like half the shit was sort of Cassie was broken, like and somehow still is good for like 2 years straight. Leon was broken for however long. Like the game was just it was corny as fucking stupid.
I didn't feel that way to an extent. Like I actually for me I like the gameplay of the game only in scrims. Like I could scrim for like hours. I really wouldn't care. I was a streamer. I hated the game casually. Could not stream rank for hours.
Casual fucking paladins.
Rank was terrible. Try to get people and like people stop falling in love with the game. So like I would have fun in pickup games, but like nobody would want to play the game anymore or like want to do pickup games because like the game was dying. Like people didn't like the gameplay anymore. So like if pickup games aren't happening, rank is ass, casual is ass. I can't play the game outside of scrims. Like there's no point in me want to play. And like you also have to remember I was in a situation where Paladins was like my second PC game. I mean my first PC. It was like my third PC game. I played Brawlhalla for like a month. The first other game was like a fucking virtual basketball simulator game. Freestyle Basketball 2. I played that for like a year and a half. So like Paladins was like my first FPS game. So I was like, bro, I need to take time off, play other games. I need to play I need to try this shit out. Fortnite. What else I played that start this year? I played Fortnite, Valorant. Those are like the main two. I didn't play anything else. A lot of Fortnite, a lot of Valorant. I didn't care for anything else.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I should talk about my initial objective going to the game. So like I knew, like even when I first joined like Paladins, when Arcade told me about it, he told me that the game like wasn't that great. He told me like obviously it's not going to be that big, but the whole reason that me and RK and I and like Flame also went to Paladins was to build an esports resume. Like that was the beginning of us building an esports resume,
Right.
where we wanted to go to the game because no matter how like what tier of esport your game is at, to go pro takes a lot of fucking drive and it takes a lot of shit. Like people try and meme on whatever. Like you'll fucking load in an Overwatch like master game. People like, ah ha ha, you played Paladins and they're like masters in Overwatch. Like people don't understand that to go pro in anything. I don't care if it's Paladins or I don't care if it's fucking Valorant or League of Legends. It takes a special kind of mind and like a drive because you're gonna fail a fuck ton of times along the way. So to have that resume of actually like proving that you were good enough to be paid salary to play the game is really important for esports, and that puts you way like above a lot of other people, and just like it puts you in such a better position. So the point was to kind of farm bad players at a game, build an esports resume, then get the fuck out within 2 years to a bigger game, and then like be instead of being at starting off at like ground zero, you were off at like ground 5 out of 10 because you already like have an esports resume. You have people that you met along the way to kickstart like your new team on whatever new game. So the whole point of me going to Paladins was to basically to go pro, so I can have a resume to move to a bigger game. But sadly, I never actually like got on like one of the bigger orgs.
Right.
So that didn't happen for me, which I guess there's multitude of reasons. Like I got an opportunity on SK, but I just wasn't good enough, and they chose Pain over me. I think did I get another tryout? I don't even remember at this point.
You had a G2 opportunity and it took Flame over you.
Oh yeah. I was going to have a GT opportunity, but they never even tried me out. They decided to take Flame over me because there was rumors of me like not being a commer and didn't even try me out. Like that was bullshit. That was like the whole like I guess gatekeeping thing where I didn't even give me a chance. So I'm like it happens in esports way more often than it should, and it will continue to happen even more in bigger scenes. But it's kind of like you get baited. So like I'm not even like saying anything like speaking bad on Cuss's name, but like I was basically just baited. So like I thought like Cuss hit me up. He's like, yeah, this is happening with iDrop bodies. Like we're looking at like we're gonna try and like change the team dynamic to like some like more of a pop off whatever blah blah. Like he wanted to like see if I was basically as good as I talked how I was, like a young kid with a lot of potential, and he wanted to like try and nurse that. And obviously I was fucking with it because that was like the second best thing. Like that Chichi was like the second best of the best team in NA at the time. But then I never even got the tryout, and they just like took Flame because of like calm things or whatever. Because he was like because I it was later explained that like Evil Eye didn't even calm anyway. So I don't know. But like shit like that happens a lot where it happens to anyone where you just have an idea and you get excited where it's like, oh yeah, because this and this and this, we're gonna give you a tryout, and then you just never get the tryout or you never get the opportunity or whatever. Like shit like that happens too much where people just get baited. But that happened. So the only real tryout for pro I had was SK, and Pain was better than me at that point. But I think it was somewhat gate kept in the fact that I had a bad reputation, and and because of my bad reputation, right? Like, this is the kind of person I am in esports, how competitive I am. People are going to tell me like I'm not as good as I actually am. When I beat their ass, I'm going to rub it in their face because you tried to shit talk my name and say I wasn't as good as I am, and I beat your ass. So I did that with a lot of PPL teams when I'd scrim them. For example, I got blacklisted by Envy for a couple weeks on Downfall because random noob and meta pusher would say, wait, they would basically like at certain points like say like, oh yeah, I'm just like all talk, like I'm not as good as I actually am, and then I popped off versus that. Like they decided to scrim us one time, popped off in scrims versus them, like we destroyed them, and then like I would just fucking BM them, and they got like pissed and blacklisted us. So I had a bad reputation with the casuals for being a shit talker and like the smaller people from like the Gooch Mob thing, and that reputation even worsened as I got better because people still tried to hold me down, and I was just like I was not about that shit. I never have been. Like I'm really passionate and I know I'm good and I like to shit talk because it makes things fun. And if you're fragile and you can't handle it, but you also are too scared to say shit to my face, like I'm gonna clown your ass when I beat you.
You also have to remember, like we're playing with gamers. Like everyone is like that. Like almost every single gamer was like that, bro. So that's why, like when I shit talked, I did it in a special way. I always did it. Like I shit talked and always like when I shit talk, but Ed shit talks and he like probably had the straightest face. There was nothing coming up. Oh, your ass. I would be like, oh, you're your ass, and I would laugh, and I would like laugh. I'd be like, he would laugh, and sometimes I would be, and sometimes like I mean, with the tier 3 players, I would be dead serious. Like, no, you guys are just you guys are terrible. And I don't know, they never really took me serious. So I said that to them. I was dead serious. I would just laugh. But with like the tier 1 players, when I really didn't even shit talk until like I made it on SK. After I made it to SK, I mean, even though we were still losing, like I would shit talk who's ever under us, which was Splice. So I shit talk.
For me, the team I should talk the most was like everyone knows like be with Renegades, because like I never because those players like outside of Invocal and Shadow, and like they obviously didn't have like a clear drive to win, or they weren't like there, and they were just like riding the paycheck out, whatever they say. Like they weren't putting in the work. They didn't really care if they win or lost because they never put out the extra work to like change whatever results they were having, because they were just a friendship team.
No, you got to throw Invocal in that book too. Invocal was a friendship like type of player.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. Like Invocal is probably one of the most talented players I've seen, especially being so young for like how good he was. But like he was not like at all ready for like a big esports scene. Like he would get chewed apart because he just sat there and did nothing. Like they're clear, obvious issues his team, and he doesn't want to like take the stand to do it. And I understand if you're like a kid or whatever, but even I honestly like still consider myself like kind of a kid now, even though like technically I'm 19. Like, oh, I'm an adult, like legally, whatever. Like, yeah, okay, motherfucker. I'm still living with my parents and like not paying shit. So am I even really an adult? Whatever. But like I get it, because obviously I was a kid as well, like before I was 18. When I was in esports for like a year and a half prior to that, so I understand like where that came from. But like I said, for people that truly take it seriously, like you have to make that jump to where you have to be like, hey, I know you're cool, yeah, you're my homie, I know all this, but I kind of want to fucking win. So can we do something about this? Yes or no? And that just never seemed to click with him. And even now, like after Paladins, like he's like he didn't continue in esports. Like he's not doing anything. He's not competing now, and like that was kind of shown in glimpses there, because like he just doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't have what it takes, I guess, in like a bigger scene. Because that was just like shit like that was happening in Paladins, and that's like a small ass scene compared to like these big things like Valorant or whatever else you want to go to, like Overwatch, whatever. There's way more people. There's way more money. The stakes are way higher. Way more people are more talented too. You're gonna have more competition. Like you have to man the fuck up.
See, I was completely different than the two of you. You guys like both came in with a competitive mindset of playing the game competitively. And like when I first came into Paladins, I just came in casually. It was just a game that I came across that I was like, this game is fun as fuck. And I genuinely fell in love with the game. I enjoyed the game a ton. I didn't start competing until like way late in Paladin's lifespan. I started to actually like get into scrims and meet people that played and try to get on teams and shit like that. That was like way later on. For the longest time, I just played the game casually. And like I was always on shit teams, but like it was never about the money for me. Like you guys, it was different on console because there really wasn't money to be made on console unless you were on a LAN team. Like at the end of the day, the money that they were giving to console teams was shit. Unless you went to LANs, then you made a lot of money. So, and like I never even took a dime from high res. All of the winnings that I got from like PCL or the PCS days, I never even claimed any of it because I didn't give a fuck about any of the money. I just wanted to play to be the best, bro. Like I'm a super fucking competitive guy. And like if I'm gonna try hard in this shit, like I want to be the best at this shit. And then when everything happened with, you know, everyone basically leaving the game, that was the reason I left. It wasn't because there was no more money in it. It was because the competition was gone. And I look at it like I'll use basketball for an example. Imagine if the NBA, all the top players in the NBA, LeBron James, James Harden, all these great fucking players decided we're just not playing basketball anymore. And they all left the NBA, right? And then one of these random guys comes up from the D League and becomes the new best player in the league. It's like, how can you say that you're the best player when you know damn well if these dudes came back, they would spank your shit? So that's
now.
Right, exactly. And that's how I looked at it when all that shit went down. Is like, okay, I could keep competing in this game, and yeah, maybe I'll get on a team and I'll be on a good team, whatever. But like, can I really say that I'm that good if all of these players that were on the top consistently are gone, like I'll never know because they're not there for me to compete with anymore. And like that's why I think these people in the modern era of like Paladins esports, and I say esports with quotations because this shit is a joke right now, but those people, like, you can't have an ego, bro. You cannot claim to be the best and ego these kids that are on lesser teams because you didn't make a name for yourself until everybody on the fucking scene left. It took all of the good players leaving for you to finally be able to say, hey, I made it onto a pro team. Like, that shit's pathetic. So when all that shit went down, I was kind of just like, well, I don't really got a reason to grind this game anymore. And I started to just play other games. And in playing other games, it made me realize that I really didn't fucking love Paladins like I thought I did. Like, I went and played a shit ton of Rainbow Six Siege. And in playing that, I'm like, this game is amazing. And like being able to play a game that feels super polished, it makes you look at Paladins like, that game is a joke, bro. Like they treated that game like a joke, from the development, from the esports side, from the marketing. Everything about that game just feels lesser when you play a genuinely good game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely.
Like, looking back on it, I can honestly say when I first came across Paladins, it was something fresh. Like, it was different than anything I had ever played before. And I liked that. So I put tons of hours into it. But towards the end of its lifespan, this shit, it just felt awful, bro. Everything about the game felt awful. And like, if you weren't competing in it to make money, there's no reason. Like, I don't see how people still play that game casually. I genuinely don't. The people that have been playing that game casually for 3 years now, I just don't see how it's possible. I would lose my fucking mind, bro.
Oh no, people still stream it. Yeah, bro. Like, I feel like it should have like 0 viewers.
There's not, like, Paladins is dead. Like, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because they're like, oh, you can still make money in it. Like, from what? Like, you get $100 a month from PCML. 100 a month. That's $1,200 a year if you win every single one, which you're not going to.
Well, PPC.
$1,200 a year. Like, you think that's good fucking money, dumbass?
I mean, PC.
Even if you're at the top of whatever fucking team, like even when we played, like the money was dog shit compared to like what an actual scene is.
Yeah.
Like we got like 3,000, maybe 4,000 every like what 3 months, like 1,000 a month. That's 12,000 a year. That's literally that's almost half of what minimum wage was. Even going pro in that game was 20K minimum. Like for most teams, yeah, some people, and there's like special cases of people getting over double that. But even then, that's a decent. Even if you got like 40 or 50, like that's just decent / good money to where you can live by yourself comfortably. The second you hit 40,000 a year, you can live by yourself, take care of yourself comfortably, and you can pretty much afford whatever you want. But that's just you. Like that's just you yourself. That's one person. Like that's when you become like sustainable when it's like 40K plus. So, like never at one point was that game ever like a sustainable long-term job, and especially not now when people try to say, "Oh, like I'm a pro Paladins player." Like, bro, even being a pro back then was like kind of a joke with like the money and shit like that. It's
Every
like you
time,
can
bro.
like there's no fucking way you're a pro now, bro. Like there's no one in the scene. Like, that shit is dumb as fuck.
Being a pro in Paladins, like, it was a joke to others, which like I always say, you know, I still stand by this. Like, you know, like what people are in right now, they're not pro. Like 2T, Paladins team, you're not pro. I think
Yeah.
I think if you made it to like where you got paid a salary, I consider that pro personally. I think even with all that, like when you tell people who play other games casually, oh yeah, I play Paladins professionally, they laugh. You know, like they shouldn't be laughing because like to get to any pro level in any game isn't easy.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
still, like at the end of the day, Paladins isn't respectable. Like if you want to make it something esports. Now, if Paladins was getting paid fucking Valorant money, who gives a fuck how people think how respectable it is to others? I don't even give a fuck. But the fact that it was making minimum, the game isn't respectable itself, like just get the fuck out of there. You're not gonna get like if your goal is to be a big content creator, be a big esports player, be a big something in gaming, you had to get the fuck out. And like I think I'm kind of like people are like super sad that PPL died, but like some people gotta look at it as a blessing. the Paladins kind
Yeah.
of died. Like it really saved, it saved you. But I know a lot of people that like for example, I'm gonna use some Boys of Envy. Like I know Rubu's about to finish school. Like it really like got people off their asses and like go do something in life, which it
Yeah.
could be looked at as a good thing or a bad thing. Or there's others who are like in other games like Pans and Valorant, RKU. All you guys are went to different games that are like trying to be something. Like that's all respectable. Like these have people that have back goals and balances. That was their problems, bro. No, I'm not gonna name people because
Yeah, the second it died, people just like didn't know what to do and they just did nothing. Like, bro, that's like people really thought that they were just gonna sit there and play Paladins for the rest of their life, like as if that was a long term, like sustainable goal at all. It was barely sustainable, not long term.
But yeah,
Like, at all.
getting back to what Roman said, bro. If you play Paladins now, for anyone who ever sees this or watches, if you play Paladins now and you consider yourself a pro player, bro, like you need to like,
You're not.
and you didn't, and definitely if you didn't like make a name for yourself, not even a fucking name. You didn't even like compete at a top level, high level, and you weren't respected by the other pros. You're not a pro player, bro. You're not. You're not competitive. Like you're not. Like, I hate it because I see shit on Twitter where like your shoots team. Like I have no problem with them as people, but like you see them like egoing people. It's like oh like we're fucking pros. Stuff like that. Best team is like bro like
No,
we
you're
played
not.
like we just 3-0'd you guys on land like a year ago to this day. Like, you guys were in my
Fucking
spawn.
console egos, bro.
No offense. I love
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like now that I'm committed to Valorant, and I'm liking it. Like, bro, I'm so fucking happy. I'm away from consoles, bro.
Oh yeah, me and Phoenix had
I'm
this.
so fucking happy.
We had this convo early in Discord. So like, this is what me and Tay talked about this like at 10 a.m. in the morning. Me personally, I think every game except for like Valorant and CS:GO, of course, I think will be crossplay. I think Overwatch 2 will be crossplay. I personally,
God.
competitively, me personally, because like as a business now, like as PC mouse and keyboard players, we fucking hate it. We fucking hate having to go against controllers. You know, like there's like I'm not gonna like Roman's a controller, bro. I'm not gonna fucking argue the benefits and like disadvantages to
Yeah,
both
no,
because
who cares
because
about
there's
all that
benefits to
shit?
both and there's disadvantages to both, and we all agree like they shouldn't be together. But I think as a business, if I'm looking at my game, let's say Overwatch 2, for example, there's no reason for them not to put it in crossplay. Like, put their esports in crossplay either. You put your esports in crossplay, now you're getting people from console wanting to buy Overwatch 2. Meaning you're going to get more, because Overwatch, I'm not sure how many people bought console Overwatch, but I know console Overwatch is, like, the community, the amount of people in it is shit compared to PC. Now you're going to have a bunch of people who like that type of game, that type of genre of hero shooters, buying the console Overwatch version. And now you're gonna have people like you just mix them together. And I know on Overwatch console aim assist isn't that strong. You're gonna tune that shit up. And now Blizzard's making the most money possible. Blizzard see what Fortnite was probably the best first people to do it. I think I don't want to. Fortnite was the first people to do it. I'm like, you see how big their game is? Just mix the shit together. Mix the shit together. You don't have to pay people. You can pay people less. You don't gotta pay both teams and call it a day. I think every game's about to be crossplay. That's not like one tap shit like Valorant, CS:GO. So like I don't really complain about it. I don't like
Shit, bro. Guess I joined the right game then.
Yeah, I'm currently playing Rogue Company. I understand what I'm getting myself into, and like I don't really care. Like I don't care if I'm playing as a controller player. I'm practicing my aim every day, so I don't have to like worry about that.
Personally, I just don't see that being the future for all games. I think there's too many games that are significantly more competitive on PC that those brands don't want to tarnish their brand by bringing in console players. And like some of those games, like you were saying, CS and Valorant, I think you can throw R6 in there. I think you could also throw Overwatch in there. I just don't see a world.
Yeah, I don't think Overwatch will ever be crossplay.
Yeah, like if what you were saying is true and they made it crossplay, they would have to make huge adjustments to the aim assist on controller because it's very minimal on console. And like it's fine if you're playing that against console players because there's no advantage there, right? Everyone's playing on console with, a low aim assist. But when you put those players up against PC players, there is a massive advantage that the PC players are going to have because it's just that much harder to play on a console without aim assist or very little aim assist.
Well,
so the PC players are going to fry, right? But then Overwatch is going to look at that like, oh, well, we gotta give these guys some help and give them some aim assist. They're going to boost up aim assist, and something like that is going to tarnish their name because that's not what Overwatch has ever been. Overwatch was never that.
People that play the game casually, like you're. I mean, I'm pretty sure, like even in Fortnite, you're stuck to your region. Like if you're playing, I'm queuing console, or I'm queuing console rank or console casuals. I'm not gonna run into someone that's on the PC. I think when like the competitive side of it, if you want to make the most money as a business, which it might tarnish their name, of course. Like there's definitely gonna be some Overwatch pros that are like, I'm not fucking playing Overwatch 2 or gonna have aim assist bots. But there's also gonna be new people that are gonna come in. There's gonna be a lot more people leaving. There's gonna be a lot more people coming in than leaving. That's all that matters. And like that is a point that can't be argued. There's gonna be a lot more people coming in than leaving, which equals more money. So,
but I think also the base level or form of competition is that you want everything to be on the same not even platform, but just like playing field. Like the whole competitive thing with being pro is that you're just better than someone at whatever, and you both are on the same playing field, but you're just better. But it feels like if you have PC versus console, you're not on the same playing field because there's advantages or disadvantages to both. But it's not this like the playing field is not even because you're not playing on the same input or platform at all. So it's like whoever wins, I feel like there's always arguments and there's always disputes because the playing field is not even, and that's just what it is because you're not playing on the same fucking system.
I agree, but fuck your disputes. It's like that's literally how Fortnite any business does it. Like I agree fully 100%. Like there's disputes that's just mad annoying, but as a business, they're gonna say, we don't give a fuck about your disputes. You're still playing the game every day. That's the first thing that's on your mind. You're complaining about the game. You're talking about the game. What you about to tweet? Oh, this aim assist in Overwatch 2 nasty. Oh, that's the Overwatch 2 trend. Like, it's more money for them. Like, I wouldn't be I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up tomorrow and I saw Overwatch 2. It's gonna be crossplay, competitive. It's gonna be crossplay. Get your controller ready. Get your fucking scuffs. It's game on. Like I just wouldn't be surprised.
No, from a business standpoint, I 100% agree with you that it just makes sense.
Like as a competitor and competitive integrity, it's not fair. It's not fair for people who are stuck on fucking 60 frames or 120 frames or input lag or they can't turn fast enough on a controller, and it's not fair for a fucking PC player who has to get fucking beaten in the head now because it's aim assist on the other team. Like it's never fair, but it looks fair in their head because they're getting paid.
I think there's specific developers that at the end of the day just don't give a fuck about console esports, bro. Like Riot, for instance. Riot's bringing what's it called, League of Legends to console. League of Legends will never have a competitive scene on console.
No.
Or Ubisoft with R6, they had an esports scene when R6 first came out. There was an actual league for R6. That shit died immediately. Yeah, for console. Okay. That shit died immediately, and they never said they had plans of ever bringing that back again. Or Blizzard. Blizzard has never had a game that they have tried to bring to console as an esports game. I feel like there's just specific developers that they don't give a fuck about trying to have an esports scene on console because they know if they put their game on console, people are going to buy it regardless. Like if Blizzard puts out an Overwatch 2, people are going to buy it on console, whether there's a competitive scene or not. I don't feel like saying that they are now going to be able to be in the Overwatch League is going to have a huge influx of new players. Because those players that really want to play a game competitively are probably just going to go out and buy a PC and buy Overwatch, bro. I don't think there's just kids sitting around on console waiting for the day for Blizzard to say, all right, yeah, grab your controllers. You can now play an Overwatch League.
Plus,
I just don't think that's a thing.
what you were saying, Death, assumes that they care a lot about the competitive scene and like how much money their competitive scene can make, which they definitely do. But the base of every single like popular game is like
Casual,
the 80 or 90% of the casuals.
But I think you
Because like,
can.
even though we like want to be competitive, we want to be pro. Like there's like we're among like the 10% that actually hold that mindset. A lot of people just want to sit there and chill after a 9-hour shift and just like kick their feet up, like and just fucking play like Overwatch or play like whatever. They're okay with being platinum. They're okay with being silver. They're okay with being diamond, and they never really care too much about being better or like putting in those hours to get better because they just have other things or they don't want to like do that.
Right. And like
But
I don't have the numbers to prove this, but I'm willing to bet the majority of money that comes in for games outside of obvious like the initial sale of the game is coming from these casual players that are like, "Oh, look, a new fucking Moira skin. Let me
Yeah,
buy that." Like
microtransactions,
but
all this other
yeah,
bullshit they just
I agree
buy.
with all that, but that's already a thing. Like that's something like Overwatch is on console right now. Like that doesn't hurt anything casually. Like they're already gonna gain money from casuals anyways. I'm saying if they want to
right.
gain more money, they just put it crossplay competitive. Like they don't lose money for doing that. But like
But
Well, I
how do you
mean, they'd probably lose money because they would have to like make a whole like league and they would have to like do all this shit, make new balance
so they're
changes,
gonna
which
get
like
that shit back. Like that they're gonna gain all that shit back. Like that's not. I
well,
don't
yeah,
think
but
that's
businesses, I'm sure businesses the way they see it is they also want to do the safe thing. Like what they're doing is currently working, so why would they change it?
true. I mean, I don't know, bro. Like
right because there's the potential for an
a
uproar
backlash.
coming from something like that. Like if they say, "Hey,
Yeah.
Overwatch is now crossplay," I mean, you could have tons of PC Overwatch players that are like, "Yo, fuck this! I'm not playing against some Amos's gods," and they just decide not to play the game anymore. Like it could also hurt your scene as much as it could help your scene. There's also the potential
Okay.
that it could definitely hurt it too. So I feel
Yeah.
like games like that are cemented, that know that they have a future ahead of them where they can just continue to rake in money. It's like, why take the risk?
True.
Yeah, and a lot of the developers and the big companies that you like highlighted, Roman, where you said like you talked about Blizzard, you talked about Ubisoft, you talked about Riot. Like those are companies that are extremely established where like no matter what happens, they'll be fine. Like Riot could in theory make a crossplay scene and Riot's gonna be rich as fuck no matter what. But it's just the fact that like what they're doing is already working and they've already
Mhm.
like they're really established. So like why would they change it at that point? Like they're already Riot's a fucking billion-dollar company easily. I don't know
Right,
about Blizzard, probably like hundreds of millions. Ubisoft probably a little below that, but they're still all in like crazy tiers of their own
right.
with like how wealthy they are.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do think crossplay is going to become more and more of a thing in competitive games. I don't think it's going to become the absolute standard. I think there's still going to be a lot of PC titles that are like, no, we just want to stick to PC only. Like we don't want to have to worry about changing up the entire script. But I do think there is going to be a lot of games that kind of take that formula because it's becoming more popular. We're seeing it more and more.
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the reason why the smaller companies are doing it is because they need it. Like they're not like
Right.
like think about high-risk games where they had it like Paladins did it towards the end when the numbers were starting to drop. Like they were separate for a while, and then they see their like numbers, their player base starting to drop, so they want to like bring in like a new hype and like new freshness and switch things up to try and like revive whatever is going wrong or like their numbers. The same with like whatever smaller company does it with like they kind of want it because they want their scene to be bigger. They want their scene to be as big as possible. So that's why they're doing it because they have to. But like the bigger companies, they don't have to because no matter what if like you're gonna play League, no matter what you're gonna play Valorant, no matter what you're gonna play fucking Rainbow Six. Like those games have hundreds of thousands of concurrent players every single day. They don't need it. It's the smaller things that have like 20 to like 50K that would probably do things like that because
I
they
feel
want
like
their scene to be out there and like they want it to be like bigger.
I feel like they don't need it, but like still the biggest company of probably all of them get it, and that was Epic. Well, I mean, Epic wasn't the biggest at the time, but like right
Right. And
now,
that's what I was
that's
going to say. Because I was thinking that too. But Epic made crossplay games before they were even a big name making money. Like they had that what the fuck was that?
Paragon shit, I think it
Paragon. Yeah,
was.
Paragon was a
Paragon.
crossplay game. and that was their game before Fortnite came out. And then Fortnite dropped, and they realized that that shit was going to be the future, and they just completely gave up on Paragon. Like Epic was a crossplay developer to begin with. It's not like, you know, they came in as like, oh no, we're going to keep them separate, and like they were, you know, solidified huge company, and then they decided to bring it all together. Like they were a small company before like Fortnite really blew up, and they were crossplay. They were crossplay already.
What other titles did Epic have before Fortnite? Like besides Paragon, obviously, like Paragon and Fortnite. Like what else? Well,
they got big
you
on
know,
Fortnite for
shit.
a reason.
Let me look it up real quick, actually, because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Holy shit, they've been around for a long time, actually, since '91.
Epic got so much money off Fortnite. It's fucking disgusting. I
Wait,
didn't want to
Epic
think
did
about
Gears
it.
of War?
Really? Gears of War is big. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's not crossplay. And they did Unreal Tournament, which wasn't crossplay. All right, so maybe I changed my mind on Epic.
I think at the end of the day, I still stand by what I said of like the smaller kind of companies
They
like
definitely do
wanting
need
to
it.
change to try and make it bigger. And then obviously if their game that they made the change in is gonna stay that way, then like it'll put more attention on the crossplay thing. But I also think that like obviously these guys are companies, but like these companies aren't like robots. Like these companies are made up by people. So like let's say you have like a development team full of like hard PC players, like they're just never gonna like have an interest in a console scene because their background and what they have an interest in is PC games, just like I'm sure like is the case with Riot. Because like Riot has never made anything catered towards console. The only reason why they did it probably was just honestly for like extra money because they're like, fuck it, let's just like allow League to be played on mobile. But like, who the fuck wants to play League of Legends on your phone? There's a fuck ton of hotkeys. You have to ping on the map. You have to do all this shit. Like, it's not like it's not a fucking console or like a mobile game. They just did it just to do it.
Hey, bro, don't be surprised if League of Legends Mobile is one of the biggest esports in the world.
I think the only exception to that's fucking PUBG Mobile because PUBG like
Nah,
I don't even
Call of
know.
Duty
Actually, I
Mobile
never know
esports
why.
doing good.
PUBG's fucking ass.
Bro, these mobile games, especially the MOBAs, make hella money. Like you look at the tournaments from the past couple of years and like payouts in those tourneys, and like 8 out of 10 of the top 10 is mobile games. It's especially big like overseas, like over in Asia.
Yeah, it's
They
because
play the
those
fuck
like
out of
it's
these
because
mobile
those countries
MOBAs.
aren't wealthy enough to where PCs and shit like that are like widely like owned. Because if you go in India, like no one's gonna be wealthy enough to have a fucking nice ass PC, but come to America where like the style of living and like the standard of living is just way higher. Like it's a lot more common if you'd have a PC. Like I think if you're making like a mobile game or whatever, like that's to farm the international scene. But if you want to have it, if you want it to be catered towards like the wealthier countries, then like it's gonna be shit where it's like PC mostly. But yeah, mobile gaming is definitely like massive. I'd argue mobile gaming might actually be bigger than like the other gaming because of the international like scene, like you said.
PUBG
Yeah,
Mobile is
Because
definitely
a lot of
bigger than
people just don't have
PC,
the
bro.
money to do that. Like they don't have the money to spend like however much like 3 or 4 thousand like equivalent is to whatever country.
right.
But
They just don't have the
PUBG
money for
Mobile
that.
esports is bigger than PUBG, I think. Like,
Oh no, for sure it is. It's way bigger. Like
but
the
yeah,
prize pools
100%.
for regular PUBG are pathetic compared to their mobile.
I don't really hear shit about PUBG anymore. I only hear shit about PUBG Mobile. But then again, I
Yeah.
follow like 3 PUBG Mobile people on Twitter, so like, I guess that's why I hear shit.
No, yeah, PUBG Mobile's prize pools like they rival most tier 1 esports. Honestly, it's crazy, and there's a lot of mobile games that are like that right now. I'm definitely curious to see like what happens with mobile games in the near future, because like I don't know, I can't sit there and play a fucking mobile game. Like I couldn't imagine scrimming
Like
on my
yeah, like
fucking
imagine
cell phone,
scrimming. You're
bro.
just on your phone, like looking at it. Like mom scrimming. You're
Yeah,
just laying on your bed scrimming, like yelling at your phone.
yeah,
Guys, he's left. He's left. He's won. Like
Yeah, I
what the?
couldn't.
That just seems clowny as fuck.
yeah, I couldn't see myself doing that shit, but it seems like it's becoming more and more popular, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. That doesn't seem like my type of thing. PUBG Mobile Esports. No, we good on those. We good on those.
All right, so the last Paladins question I have was actually something that someone asked me today in a Discord server, and it's basically, do you think Paladins can be saved at this point?
No.
And the dude told me, he was like, he said, I know you stopped playing now for a long time, but like, do you think there's potential for them to get their act together? And if they did, would you come back to the game? And I straight up told him no. I was like, I don't think there's potential for them to fix what they've broken. And even if they did, I just don't see myself playing the game ever again, bro. I I find other games more enjoyable. That's just me personally.
Yeah, I don't think me personally, I don't think Paladins has a chance to come back from like what they like. The only the only way I see Paladins ever coming back from this is they literally take a break from the game, they leave the game for a year, and make Paladins 2. I think that's the only
Yeah.
way.
It would have to
Look
be
at
completely remade.
new engine. You get a fucking new team. You make the game look nice, beautiful. Like then there's a small chance because Paladins at the start, when it was at its best, was a top game. Was it a top esports? Obviously not, but like the numbers it was getting on Twitch was going up and up every year. Yeah, they basically just have to do what they did, like Overwatch is doing, which people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're fucking copying Overwatch again," but like that's the only way it can be safe to be even looked respectable now. Like, next year,
Like the
next year, I don't even know what the fuck you do to esports. Every single year in a game for esports, you want the game to go up esports wise. Where the fuck does it go next year? The same shit? I don't know. I'm kind of interested in what the fuck happens for Paladins next year. Because, like, how.
They're just gonna keep milking the dumbass casuals that are throwing money in it until like I don't know, Rogue becomes more successful and they just like eventually pull the plug, or they just like stop development on it. They say, hey, you can play it. We'll keep the servers up because whatever.
well, the thing is, Rogue is making a lot of fucking money right now. Like I remember someone telling me back in the day that basically Smite paid the bills for high res.
Yeah.
Like Smite took care of everything as far as salaries go, as far as everything high res. Smite covered it. Smite covered it financially. And I just read recently that Rogue Company in its first 30 days did some shit like what Smite makes in a year in its first 30 days of open beta. So Rogue is making stupid money right now. I think the best thing for them to do with Paladins is scrap it right now. Say, fuck it. We're done putting development into this game. We're done paying people to look over this game. Fuck it. We're canceling the project. Let Rogue Company pay the bills for you while you redevelop Paladins. Because Paladins is genuinely a unique game. I can say I've never played a game ever in my life that is like Paladins. And it's a fun game at its core. And it's an extremely competitive game at its core, too. They just fucked up on the way that they built the game. And if you rebuild that game with that same core ideas in mind, but do it correctly, the game would be fucking amazing, bro. Like you see the traction that they had with Rogue Company here. You can't tell me that they can't do that same thing with Paladins, bro.
They can do it again. They can do it.
Right. They just did it when Paladins first came out, they just did it incorrectly. Like this game has everybody looking at it right now. They've had every big streamer as a partner for this game. All eyes were on Rogue Company. They can do the same thing with Paladins. But the difference is, I feel like Paladins is genuinely a better game at its core than Rogue Company. So if they rebuild that game, get rid of the fucking bugs, build the game correctly, and then promote it the way that you did Rogue, that game could take Hi-Res to the moon. It's just not going to do it in its current state. That shit is super dead.
Yeah, they gotta rebuild this shit. I feel like if they really if they want that to be a third game because they have a MOBA, now they have a tactical shooter in Rogue. If you want the hero shooter, you have to rebuild Paladin. Like that shit is just not it. It's not it. Just not to get the new engine. I don't know if Unreal 5 is gonna be out by then. Unreal 4 or whatever. Build the game.
I think Unreal 5's already out, is it not? It's got to be because they're building
I'm not
they're
sure.
I thought they were doing like the initial releases of the new consoles on Unreal 5, or some of the games were on it. I thought so.
I don't know. That's something I gotta do more research on later. Don't.
Yeah. I think they'd have to start from fucking ground zero, bro, to salvage that garbage. Like, there's no fucking way. And like at this point, even if they try to like give it like revive like Paladins itself, like people are just sick of it by now. Like there's no hype for it anymore.
I can create hype. I feel like you create hype if Paladins 2 comes out, but that shit shouldn't come out until 2022. Like honestly. Maybe
Yeah,
late
bro,
2022.
take your time with that shit. Like, give it 3, 4, 5 years. There's no reason to make shitty games every couple of years when you could just take a team and say, make the best fucking game that you can in whatever time frame it takes you. Because when that game comes out, it's gonna be amazing, and people are attracted to amazing games. Whether you're a small company or a big company, people are gonna play your game if it's really good.
I'll be 28 again on my PC. Time to open up Paladins.
Alright, calm down there.
Trying to grind this fucking Esports. I'm gonna be the next cuss cutie in that bitch. I swear to God. Swear to God, I will be, bro. Like, is Anara still in this shit? Mother's Grace? Alright, nigga. That's all I need to know.
Oh
this
my
fucking
God.
point. Let me sit on this bitch. Call it a day.
Where's the point, bro?
Nah, it's possible. Definitely, like you gotta like. I feel like some of the Gears of War players that like they look at Rogue Company because I don't know if Gears of War is dead. I've never played a game like that. But I feel like they look at Rogue Company and they're like, oh yeah, this is the next big thing. Like this is just like Gears. I feel like they're all happy.
Next
I feel
big
like
thing. Shut the fuck up and suck this big thing.
yeah, they could definitely be like Paladins and just Paladins too, bro. Just redo it. I don't want to like if I see any news about Paladins in 2021, that shit better be the PPL reopening, because that's the only way you even get a little traction by people, just a little. Because some people are like,
bit.
you'll get like the motherfuckers who just like don't care at the time and just really need money. Be like, I'll play. But like,
It's not worth it, bro.
But it's not coming. But if you really wake up in the morning, PPL's not coming back. Your hopes and goals every single morning is, I hope Paladins explodes next year. I would advise you to hop on Google and type in jobs near me. I need you to look for a job or look for an upcoming game that you like. Play other games. That's what I did when I put Paladins. I played other games. It took me a while. Ooh, just got a Tinder match. I found games that I like, and it is what it is.
You realize how much better other games truly are, and that you've really just been wasting your time on this game.
What the? You're not recording?
No, my Tinder match, bro.
What?
This shit says aspiring plus size model. Unmatched.
Alright, bro.
Wait, what? Did you not look at her before?
No, it's just I was doing the Running Man.
Yeah, bro, you gotta just swipe right on everything.
I was just doing the Running Man, bro. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to Paladins. I don't got anything else to say about it. Like, if we want to talk about Paladins drama real quick, people we hated, like, I feel like that's a list of people I can go on forever about. But like, I don't. If I hated you in Paladins, you most likely know. Fuck you, Bonker. Fuck you, Kakanuk.
What was your biggest Paladins beef?
They got months. Oh, it was definitely Dethroner versus the Australians. They made it like there was like I hate everyone from Oceanic hit him. They
Yeah,
made an Oceanic server,
Oceania, bro.
and then like Phoenix got to the Oceanic server because like they loved Phoenix. They just loved him. They're like, yo, look at us hate Dethroner. Like Phoenix typed in the word Dethroner, and like it was like 10 people like saying we hate N-word hard R Dethroner, and they like spammed it
Jesus
in the
Christ.
chat. Yeah. I love
Didn't
it.
people get
Shout out to all my
banned
boys from
because they
Australia.
were like being racist to you in like Twitch chats and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or like mixer chats, I guess, at the time.
Yeah. I think that was my biggest Paladins beef. I had a little beef with EU. I guess like with the NIP team. I remember when we lost in week 1. I was sad. Just lost my first match in Pro League. Just sitting there on the table. I didn't even have the energy to like shit talk or argue. Bonker was like, "Hey, Dad, look at Twitter." I look at Twitter. Like I couldn't even whoop his ass. I couldn't even like say anything rude to him because I literally talked mad shit going into. I was so confident we were gonna beat them, and like looked at Twitter, was like, "Dethroner fucking." So it was like, all right, bro. Let's just call
Sounds
it.
about right.
That was my only beef. I mean, those were my only beefs. All the other beefs I had, like, don't really care about. Like, e-girl beef, don't care about. Beef with console, you guys weren't good enough for me to care about.
I'll literally slap your face off.
I can't say that on Twitch. Never mind. I can't say. I'll shoot your eye fade off or eye top off. That shit. Yeah.
Insane.
Those are my only beef. I think Edge, you had more beef than me, bro. I think I just had people.
Yeah, Edge. What was your biggest one, bro?
Biggest one ever?
Probably had
Yeah.
buddies.
I don't even know about biggest, but I don't know. I'll just go through the list, bro. I'll probably figure it out while I name them all. I guess I had beef with like the Renegades team because I shit talked them and they just weren't built for like a high tier esport. Really none of those players besides Shadow, and like he's the only one that's actually pursuing something big and doing something. I guess Moonchopper somehow is like a coach for Valorant, which is like pretty successful, but I guess hero shooters or paladins just wasn't his game because apparently he's like, I don't know, he's like actually like doing shit in Valorant. So whatever, kudos to him for proving me wrong. But he's still a little short Asian boy.
Shout out to Moon.
So
I like you, Moon. Moon is like 30 minutes away from me. Moon, I need that good ass cooking. I swear to God, Moon can cook.
my girlfriend's cooking is better than his. That's easy as fuck. I don't need that shit.
Yeah, my man Moon really made some good food for me when I was sick. Anyways, that's beyond the point.
I guess I don't not necessarily beef, but this is like drama shit with like random, like stupid ego situations that were just useless. Beef with who else?
I drop
I
bodies.
guess beef with like not really like Stigma, where I just kind of thought he was an idiot, but then when I met him at LAN, like I mean I still kind of just called him an idiot to his face, and he's like, yeah, I mean you're not wrong, and then like we just kind of chilled. So like I don't know if that wasn't really like beef.
I drop
But
bodies.
oh yeah, I drop bodies. Absolute worst player ever, not built for an esport, and he's like dropped off the face of the planet to fuck like Bella or some shit and just be useless, which is like what I prophesized and what's came to to light.
Bella.
Yeah,
Yo,
some
shout
girl
out to
from
Bella.
Discord.
Bella Hadid?
No.
Yeah, that one.
Shout out
Oh
to Bella.
shit.
I don't think they're
Nah, I'd
together
really be
anymore.
jealous if he was fucking Bella Hadid.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, no. Is Bella's the uglier one, right?
I'd fuck them all. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Them all. What do you? There's only two.
Nah, it's Bella, Gigi.
I'm pretty sure Gigi's more attractive than Bella. I'm
Oh.
gonna look him up.
You got the porn star Aaliyah Hadid. I drill
Oh,
her shit.
I don't care about a porn star, bro.
All the Hadids can get it.
Besides, I don't know. What other beef did I have, bro? It's been a while. I kind of forgot about it. Like,
That's
I guess with Meta Pusher and like kind of Random Noob, but Random Noob and I became like cool later on. Like with Meta Pusher, where he just like would call me shit, even though he was just like a fucking
coach.
dumbass coach, and he was like terrible at the game. And he would try to like say I'm bad, and I would like occasionally slap up his team, and I would like shit talk him in DMs and stuff. What else? I don't even know.
Yeah, we didn't get into like people were
Yeah,
actually scared to get
actually,
into
I thought
Y'all
I'd have a
beef
lot
stories
more.
are sleeper,
our
bro.
beef. Because the thing is, Roman, like you and console, y'all actually fought back. The people in PC, they would just like shit talk us behind our back. Like they wouldn't say anything to us
Yeah, they would
because they
never
was
say anything to me.
because they were just scared to like because I knew they wasn't gonna. They was I don't know if they were scared. They just knew they wasn't gonna win that war. Like you're not gonna like if you shit
Yeah,
talk me once, I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna stream and I'm going to clown you for a good week on my stream just because you're in my like. I'm gonna clown you. I'm gonna find ways to say shit about you. I'm gonna find ways to make a little like tier list just to piss you off. So really, I might think you an S tier player. I might just put you in C. And I know you're gonna get upset about it.
yeah, the people in PC, like, that's why me and my Paladins was like an underdeveloped esport, because no one actually shit talked back. Like, I'm sure people shit talked me so much behind my back, but I just didn't even know about it. And like, I remember I was talking to Betty like a little bit ago, and like apparently it was just like a consensus. I mean, these people are like useless, so it doesn't matter, like because they were dog shit. But like the tier 3 scene of like a massive consensus that was just like a huge fucking like narcissistic prick who was like really good at the game and had good work ethic, but that was like a massive asshole. But of course, none of these morons said it to my face because they're just fucking pussies. So I'm sure like there's a whole lot of shit said about me behind my back, but like no one ever said much to me in my face, and I would just shit talk everyone. So like only people that ever really said stuff about me back to my face was like, no, actually never in my face, like never in a voice call or nothing. I guess the only time like someone said that was like Dethroner when him and I would like argue about like who was actually better, like SK or Big Egos. But like no one else would really actually sit there and like shit talk. I would just hear stuff, or like someone would send me a DM if someone saying I was trash or that I wasn't good, as like or like I was overhyped or whatever. Like these guys were all fucking pussy snowflakes.
Yeah, tier 3 called me a womanizer. That was that was my conception.
Yeah,
Of a womanizer,
I
I
don't
hated
know.
woman. You know,
I don't know, bro.
I think it's
I'm
because
gonna be honest. I had too many beefs to even like remember them all. Like that's what I built my whole brand around, bro. Was just shit talking random people and not giving a fuck. I think the most probably the one that like I cared about the most and I would say is the biggest one and like the one that like went past gaming and it was no longer on some gaming shit was this kid named Hated on Xbox, bro.
what you do.
Hated on
This
Xbox.
I'm gonna give y'all a story real quick. So my little brother was over at my crib one day and I was out and about, but he was staying with me for a few days. And he was playing Paladins on my account. And I don't know if it was a ranked game or a casual. I'm not sure. I'm guessing it was probably a ranked game. My brother hops into a game and he plays Agony Saris. And I guess Hated on Xbox didn't like that very much. That he was playing Agony Saris in his rankings. My brother doesn't know shit about Paladins, bro. He was just fucking picking whatever. And he really like came at my little brother, like disrespecting the fuck out of him. And my little brother told me about this, and I knew who Hated was because he was a competitive player. Like he played, and I had pressed him about it. We were in a party chat one day, and I pressed him about it, and he snapped on me and started talking like real disrespectful on me, saying shit that I can't say on here.
You shoot your eye fade off?
Yeah, shit like that. And he was saying like some homophobic stuff, some TOS stuff that I can't say on here. Um, and like took it past gaming. Like bro, this is a video game. You're not gonna disrespect me. I don't care who you are. And I was ready to come out to the next event. I told him I was like, bro, go to the next LAN because I want to see you face to face. And that man fell off the face of the earth. He stopped competing in Paladins. He went ghost. And I never heard from that boy ever again after that conversation. I think that man deleted his Twitter. I don't know what the fuck happened to him. But to this day, if I ever saw that man, I would spin his jaw because video game beef is one thing, bro. But if you take it to a personal level with me, then like it's there. It's no longer, oh, bro, this is just gaming. Nah, you got to talk to me as a man. So yeah, fuck Hated on Xbox, bro. That was definitely my that was hands down my biggest beef.
I'm trying to think of what my like biggest or like the thing that I care about the most, I guess. Like not necessarily biggest, because biggest is like subjective. But like what I actually cared about the most and what beef like actually like hit me on like a different kind of level than like the other ones. I guess it has to be something with like I don't know necessarily, but I guess just like my ongoing like standstill beef with people just not wanting to pick me up to like the pro scene because of whatever reason, like rumors, and not actually like trying me out. Because a lot of times I get on teams like when I was like later on in my career, I guess, of like Paladins Esports, where people would say, "Oh, like you're not like what, like basically you're not who
You said
people
you
say
were.
you are."
Yeah.
And it's like obviously those people don't know me, but like
Right.
people are just so much less likely to give you a chance in whatever. It could be a friendship, it could be an opportunity in whatever if they hear bad rumors about you. Because a lot of people just think that and they just instantly believe, like the whole cancel culture thing. Like those are people that are literally like quote part of cancel culture. Not saying I was canceled in Paladins, I definitely wasn't. But when people just hear shit, it's the whole idea of hearing shit without any confirmation from yourself and believing it to be true.
Right.
It's the whole like theory behind the cancel culture. Oh, like this person's an asshole because this person said so, and that's it. Like no questions asked, no whatever. So I guess just like where I felt like I was better than a lot of the people in the pro scene, and especially when it became like when it was in when there were team houses, where it just felt like where it just felt like I wasn't not getting opportunities despite consistently proving myself at a level that I had never proved myself to be before because of what I felt like. Obviously, I don't know the real reason behind it because I didn't track down people and ask them why I didn't get a tryout because like the game just kind of died and we all went our own separate ways. But of what I just felt like it was like rumors off of like, oh, me being an asshole, me being super like egotistical. Like I remember at one point it was some crazy shit where like Phanex, like wasn't Phanex like somewhat low key like possibly considering me to like join the team when like whoever left, what was it, creatives or some shit? And it was like in the question, Death, and I remember you told me that he asked you how I was as a teammate because he was like somewhat
Yeah, it
considering me,
was. It was.
and then like he thought that I was like super toxic on some like NA shit or whatever he said. That was just random stuff that like it's like, dude, just like put me in a scrim and just see how it is. I really don't like when people just subject to whatever they hear. Yeah, I get that it's like obviously if I hear someone is like a mess, like for example when I heard things about Goochma before I joined, people are like, oh, he's really dog shit at the game. He's this and this and this. I got a ton of hate. Not even hate. I got a ton of like negative feedback from wanting to team with him, but I didn't care because I just wanted to see how it was for myself. I feel like a lot of people aren't like that, where a lot of people are just like, yeah, like he's like this, so it must be true. And let's say I never teamed with Goose Mob, I never got, and I just gave in to whatever, and I just acted like how everyone else is. I would have never got the opportunity to see, like, to test my limits of being a good teammate. I would have never, like, I would have missed an opportunity to grow myself,
Hmm.
like, if I had just listened to what everyone else said. And that's just dumb as fuck to me. So like I don't know. I mean, obviously I didn't think Phanex was gonna pick me up anyways. But like that's just an example of like actual high tier teams just not giving me a shot because they think of whatever. Just like when G2 like when Cuss just assumed I wasn't a commer because people said so. I definitely wasn't a commer then. That's 100%. But like it's like dude, just at least give me a shot. Like how are you just gonna like deny me an opportunity based off of rumors without actually like confirming yourself? Like I think it's kind of bullshit when people are in such a like like such and like a position of power to do that. But that's just kind of like the ass thing about esports is that you have to prove yourself to people to where like not even to like yeah this person's better, like this person is the clear choice in every scenario whatsoever is the play is like the point where you want to be to like to be a superstar. Is like this person is the best player in the world hands down no matter what. Like that's where you want to be. Like that's the end goal for like esports because like there's so many different opinions. People will say, "Oh, yeah, this person might be really good mechanically, but he's an asshole, so I don't want to pick him up." It's like, no, I don't care if this person calls me the fucking N-word in scrims. He's that good that we need him. Like that's where you want to be. And it's just really hard to get that way, especially in bigger scenes because there's a lot of motherfuckers in there and you're probably not the most talented person in the world like you think you are. Sorry to say it to you, whoever's
Right.
listening. So you got to work really fucking hard to prove yourself, especially if you want to have like a personality that's not supported by most other people.
Hmm.
So I mean, that's basically all I have to say about it. And I definitely don't have a personality that's supported by a lot of other people. I mean, I end my little rant there, I guess.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really go through that because, like, I feel like I talk a lot of shit, but like people, I don't know why, but I guess I give off the energy that like it just sounds like I'm kidding. I don't know if it's my voice or people just can't take me serious, but like that's just who I am. Like people, everyone that I've ever played with or like even played against know that I'm like not how I am. That's why like when like Oceanic always shit talk me and the EU players, like EU casual players always shit talk me. Like the main players from that region never shit talk me because they knew like that's not who I really am. Well, that's who I am, but like that's not like I'm not serious with it. Like I'm doing it off of the fact of entertainment and only like only does good for me. Like only does good for my stream. Only does good for like the scene. You don't want a boring ass fucking scene of like no shit talkers.
Yeah.
It's a personality.
Like that shit is not entertaining.
If I call you ass, that's probably how I feel. But you know, or sometimes I'm just doing it like I'm actually close with you. I'm just like, yo, like we're going to whoop you this weekend. You guys are ass. Like fucking 40 people in chat could be like, oh shit, Dethroner's talking shit to like Edge, but like to me, Edge is like whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just a game. It's a game off that point. Like when we compete, it's serious, but it is what it is. Even when I fucking like, even when me and Roman, like example, play each other in Rogue, like we're probably shit talking each other to our teammates in call, but like it's never serious.
I fucking cook you when I play against you, bro. I fry your shit.
I think today when we killed you, when you were on Lace, I was like, he's fucking dog shit. He's like, he's doing this stupid ass fucking flags as usual. Just kill his dumb ass, we're gonna fucking win. We're gonna fucking win. He's fucking terrible.
Yeah, we still smoked your shit, you loser.
I don't want to talk about it, bro. I smoked you this morning.
When?
I was on Saint and I was literally flaking every fucking round, killing Rome.
Oh no, y'all got carried. Y'all got carried. And I had Rome DMV on my team.
I didn't get carried. My teammates got carried.
Yeah, that's boy Saint TK dropped like 20 downs,
and
bro.
I dropped 12. What are you talking about?
You had 9. I saw it. You had the same amount as me. You had the same amount as me. I looked at it.
I had more damage than you. I had more damage than you.
My teammates had Rome DMV.
I had Rome DMV. My teammate Rome DMV is elite. He's elite in the server.
I don't want to hear it, bro.
Not talking about it. Rome DMV is elite in the server, bro. Look in the server.
You're dog shit.
He's a top
Close this shit out, bro. It's been 2 hours. We really talked hella esports and paladins, bro.
We're never talking about paladins on the podcast again.
Ever.
I hate. Like, if we do, it's gonna be short ass references because I hate. We don't like the game anymore. I don't like the people who play the game at all. But anyways, this was episode 4 of the podcast. Episode 5 should be a little bit better. We'll come up with things to talk about. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day. Me, Edge, Roman. We are out of this. Bye.